Good evening and welcome to the Social Newsroom on this year of our Lord. My name is Mark Masai. Bwana, I am honored to have our guest this evening, none other than himself, the man, Gabriel Oguda. Ladies and gentlemen, we will be there no matter what. And he said he will be here no matter what. You have said it yourself as well online, and already people are chatting and telling us they have been waiting. The clouds are gathering. If I look outside here where we are, as you can see, Gabriel Oguda, the clouds are gathering and the rains are about to hit. Because today, the Son of Man, he is going to speak his truth. For the first time, by the way, he's speaking to the Social Newsroom for the first time in his first exclusive interview on any media platform. He is a walking media house, so to speak, based on his pronouncements on his social media platforms. You've seen him on X, you've seen him what he has been tweeting in the last few weeks, actually months and even going into years. Because this man, he is, some might even call him the voice of the voiceless, even the opposition, since a lot has been, it's been quite quiet from the opposition quarters, so to speak, in politics. But let's hear from the man himself and see what he is saying. Gabriel Oguda, karibu sana.
Asante sana.
Bwana, thank you.
Asante.
You are here. I actually thought it wouldn't happen when I reached out to you last week and you were gracious to say, Bwana Mark, we work together. I will be there. And I appreciate you coming to this episode of the Social Newsroom. People have been waiting and are waiting. Watu wanasema, waiting to hear and see the great Gabriel Oguda. We must be sure of Medusa. Bwana, who is Medusa? As you start with the introduction. Salimia wafuasi.
Yeah, thank you so much, Mark, for inviting me.
Sure thing.
You know, I used to watch you on TV and I couldn't believe that, when you watch television, there's a way people look on TV. By the way, when I met you for the first time, I couldn't believe I finally met you. Because for some of us, but now, you people were like the people we looked up to give us news. You are voices of authority. And so I respect people who play those roles.
And can I tell you something? And I appreciate that. Do you realize that's the role you play right now for millions, if I could say so? Thousands on a daily and collectively millions online on your platform. You are a voice for the voiceless. He does column on The Nation every Thursday. Saturday, yes. And on a daily though, kuna wafuasi wako ambao wanakungoja tu. What Gabriel's gospel according to Gabriel Oguda is what they will follow. And if you realize that, that's the same impression that I had when I met you, and I appreciate the work that you do, because not many people are able or have the guts and the courage to speak, especially to power. Wacha kuambia watu wengine vile wanasema, we thank God for the rains. Medusa the cat, we will be there no matter what, Kazuba Robert says. Cyrus Mulinge, the clouds are gathering. Ebu ngozi, ujaniambia Medusa.
No, Medusa is my grandmother's cat. Okay, so people ask me if Medusa is real. So you see, when I was growing up, you will give people names. Things you hold dear, like your pets or anything you hold dear, names, so that you will see those things in them. So Medusa is Doluo for engineer. By the way, all engineers, if you have a friend who's an engineer, call them Medusa. Medusa is Doluo for engineer. So why did we name our grandmother's cat Medusa? Because my grandmother used to, these crochet things. You know the way unashona sweater na ile uzia unamenua kwa duka. So this cat, so there's a way we crochet kuna ball of wool here, ball of wool here. So every time my grandmother would crochet na go deep in, because you crochet and you are in discussion with your people, the cat will come sitting here and play na hizo balls of wool. So in that process, the cat untangle. You get? So before my grandmother realizes, the ball of wool, because it needs to be seamless. Unafanya na inakuja tu peke yake, like an engine room. So Medusa used to interfere with these things. So then my grandmother one day just why are you doing this? Are you an engineer? You get? Like, because an engineer is the person who will come and work up the engines, the cogs. You know, this one is not running smoothly. Let me do it again. So in that process, that word stuck.
Yes. And what about someone give that man my malaria vaccine? What's that about?
Yeah. So you know, I grew up in, so my background, I grew up, I was born in Seme. Seme constituency is in Kisumu County.
Yes.
So Kisumu County is a malaria endemic zone. Mm-hmm. So you know in our country, there are places where when you go, the doctor has to prescribe for you drugs. Right. Ukienda Kisumu, wanakwambia, don't forget to pack your antimalarials. Yes. Because you might be attacked by malaria anytime. It's a malaria endemic zone. So there's a time when the World Health Organization came up with a silver bullet. They were doing research on whether they can have a malaria vaccine for the first time. Yes. That you know the vaccine, once you're given one shot, but now malaria itakushika all your life. Yes. So give somebody my malaria vaccine just means that we don't want that person to die. Yes. That person is a treasure. So because I rather malaria kills me. Yes. Lakini wewe jamaa malaria simuue. Right? So yeah, upatie vaccine yangu, mimi naweza ngoja yangu ikuje.
Yeah. You get? I mean, the things that you tweet on X, on Facebook, on your social media platforms, they are hard-hitting yet with a lot of humor and wit. Yeah. And it's infotainment, as they would say.
Correct.
So you've mentioned, I mean, even these are some of the tweets that we have here. Yeah. And this one particular, if you could just pause there. Yeah. This is to the president. Correct. The person telling doctors to live within their means spent 3 billion shillings on domestic travel within the 3 months of assuming office. Hii Kenya ina upungufu wa wajinga, my friend. Yani, basically, you're telling the president.
Yeah, I mean, you know, in Kenya, Dr. William Samoei Ruto is on record to have told people that in Kenya ina upungufu ya majinga, my friend. That's actually him. He once said that you can't fool us. Yes. This Kenya has no fools. You know, if you're looking for fools, it's not in this country. This is Bana, we are enlightened. We know things. Yes. So just reminding him, in the same vein, we are not fools. Yes. Because he told us. And I believe, I agree with him. There are no fools in this country. Right. So you can't be on one side of your mouth, you say one thing. On the other side of your mouth, you say a different thing.
Kuna ingine hapo, and I just want to refer to it. Una jump, una ruka. Iko na picture ishongwa. Endelea, tafuta.
Chini.
Hiyo hapo.
Yeah.
Hii ni, I think ilikuwa leo.
Yes, this was today.
At 1:33 p.m. Una jump, una ruka. Una shida zinashuka.
Yeah. That's a song by P-Unit.
Yes. Yeah. Song, I know. It's one of the favorite songs by P-Unit. And here you're looking at what the government had said back in the day and what it is saying right now. Yeah. And back in the day it had said we have stabilized and are now ready for takeoff, the economy. And then in the recent comment here, and this is in the context of the health crisis,
correct.
And you're saying we're not doing good economically, please go back to work. This is Kimani Ichung'wah to the doctors. Basically, ukiandika hivi, unajua there's a language you've spoken to thousands and even millions. Hapo unaambia serikali nini?
So, P-Unit once released a song, Gabu, Frasha. Yes. Now who's the other guy? The Gabu, Frasha, and somebody.
Yes.
I remember Gabu. Bonai. Bogi Benda. Yes. You know, I like him, man. So this song, Una Jump, Una Ruka, ikuna lyrics. Yani, you know me, when I listen to a song, I don't go to the chorus. I go to the deeper meaning. Why was this song composed? Because the reason why songs are composed, there are songs that is because just feel happy-go-lucky songs, right. You know. But this song is about somebody who thinks they are running from a problem only to get into a deeper problem, right? And so I was reminding, there are always these people who, they because, you know, these guys are politicians. Yes. You know, and the tragedy with our politics is, during campaigns, people say things. Yeah. And some of the time, they don't mean them. The only people who know they don't mean those things. Right. The people they are telling don't know they don't mean those things. Right. And so, you can't say one thing, and by the basis of that thing we give you, we elect you into office, then later you start saying other things because now you've got what you wanted, right? And so I always believe, you know, for people to relate with my content, I have to bring it down to their level.
Yes.
Because if you follow P Unit, you must have heard of this song.
Yes.
So you actually, when it comes on air, you actually can sing for the ladies. So when I sing for you, I don't need to tell you. You umejijazia tu.
So before we delve deeper into what you are speaking to the government through your social media platforms and the role that you're playing right now, the critical role that you're playing right now, I want us to, because this is what thousands know. This is who thousands know. Gabriel Oguda. They've met you on X, social media. But there's a side to you that people don't really know. And I'd just like us to refer to some of the pictures that you shared earlier from back in the day. Ulisema ulilelewa Seme.
No, so...
and we have some, this particular picture. who is in the picture?
So, that's my mother. And then that's my mother. That's my brother Jairus, the one doing the... People actually think the guy doing the salute is me. It's not me. My brother Jairus, he's a teacher at a school in Yimbo, somewhere in Seya County.
Yes.
The guy in the blue corduroy is me. You know, I was born happy. You know, I have no problem with anyone. I'm a humble African. That's my elder sister Dorothy. Yes. The one in a checked Masai dress. Yes. Then that's Flo. Flo is the one who follows me. So to put into context,
the little one.
The little one is Zach. That's Zach Oguda. That's actually Zach. This picture, because Zach is still young, Zach was born in 1991.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think 1991 around that. Zach was born in 1991.
This is 6 from mom. Lakini muko wengine. No. Because Jairus is not my mother's nini, but is my father's. Right. My father's 3 wives. Yes. So I was born in Seme at a village called Jimo. Jimo is in West Seme Ward Seme constituency. Seme has 4 wards. So my father had 3 wives, or has 3 wives, because all my mothers are still alive. Yes. And 21 children. Wow. 21 children, yeah. So my father then akamaliza shule. My father went to Kisumu Boys High School. He tells me his stories about Kisumu. Boss. Yeah. So what was Kisumu Boys, bana? Yes. My father went to Kisumu Boys. They call it Omena. You know, whenever you find Omena, they say, leo napiga Kisumu Boys. Yes. Yeah, but then my father got a job at, you know, Kitambo, when he went to school, Mark, getting a job was very easy. Oh. Yeah, getting a job was very easy because my father... As long as you had...
your papers. My father was a trained revenue officer for then Customs and Excise Department.
KRA, ya leo.
He used to be KRA. You know, KRA imekuja tu majuzi.
Yes.
But what were Customs? My father used to be called Mtu wa Customs. Actually, if you come to my home, there's a photo of my father in his office wear. Yes. He's very famous. In fact, he's very imposing. He's very intimidating, by the way. If you come to his door, bana, anakuambia, hii mlango si yako hii. You're now entering holy ground. Remove your shoes.
So, I think there's more photos as you keep
there's more photos. So I'm still saying about this photo. So because according to all traditional African customs, if my father has to move from the village to go and take up his job in town, he has to go with one of his wives, because he can't live with all the wives in one house. So he chose my mother, because my mother was the last one. My mother is the 3rd wife. All right. So he chose my mother. So by virtue of us having born in the 3rd house, we got the privilege to go and live with my father in town. Yes. So most of my life, I grew up in the Moroni Sugar Belt at a place called Miwani. Yes. So this is our house in BQ Estate. Mm-hmm. BQ Estate, Miwani, house number 42. Right. Yeah, that's our house. So Jairus is my, by the way, my mother, who is my father's 3rd wife, and my first mother's sisters. Right. Sisters for two. Yeah, so that's Miwani Estate Primary School. Yes. So you can see these are 8 children, each child representing the first position 1 in each class. We were taking a photo, we were given gifts. So this was a normal routine for me. Yes. Because I was boss. I'm not bragging, but I used to be number 1 in class. You know, these days we tell our kids that I used to be number 1 in class. Yes. Now me, I used to be number 1. I used to be number 1 in class. That's me in class 8. Something stung my eyes. Oh yeah. I was very small, bana. So that's our head teacher, Joseph Ogwethe. I mean, I thank him a lot. He's from Kano, he's still alive. That is Madame Dorino Ruko, our deputy head teacher then. That's the PTA chair, Baba Mike. He was our neighbor, by the way, in Miwani. So I remember all those faces.
Yes. So nyinyi ni ma number 1.
Sisi ni ma number 1.
Yes.
Kila mtu hapo. Number 1 class 1, number 1 class 2, number 1 class 3, number 1 class 4, mpaka number 1 class 8.
Life was good.
Boss. Life was good, boss. You know,
as dad was working.
As dad was working bana. You know, tulikuwa tunadandia gari ya mbuyu bana. Wakikuja kuchukuliwa kwa mlango.
Yes.
Tunaenda. Our school was along the route to the factory.
Right. This is Miwani.
That's Miwani Estate Primary School, yeah. School? That's Miwani Estate Primary School. Like, boss, Miwani Estate Primary School was established by Asians.
Okay.
You know wale Wahindi wenye walikuja kujenga railway, the Mombasa na Kisumu railway.
Yes.
Now, every stop Wahindi used to settle. Those Indian coolies,
yes.
If you read the history of pre-independence Kenya, the British government, because we were a colony, walikuwa na import labor. They needed people who can build railways because they had colonized India before.
Right.
So Indians walikuwa wanajua ku English, so they could relate to them. So waka import labor. So Wahindi ndio walijenga reli. So every stage Wahindi walikuwa wanajenga reli, wanakaa wanaacha familia. Right. So Kisumu is actually a very Asian town if you've been to Kisumu.
Yes.
So Miwani is like you know when you're coming from Nairobi to Kisumu. Kuna ile njia ya Kericho Londiani hapo. There's a junction unazapitia ukienda Muhoroni. There's a stretch that goes to Miwani. Kwa Miwa tu. So Muhoroni Sugar Belt has like 4 sugar companies. Muhoroni Sugar Company.
Ndio hii hapa.
Chemelil Sugar Company. Miwani Sugar Company.
Where dad was.
Yeah, where dad was. But dad was working at Miwani. That's our boiler section, bana. That's the refinery. Saizi iko dead. I'm very passionate about Miwani because Miwani gave me everything I knew. So
life was good then.
Very good.
Then what happened?
Then you know, because everything is good, bana, my mother, you know, tuko sawa, you know, and then one day my father woke up na had a public service announcement. Akasema that he didn't use these words then, but alisema kazi imeisha, na because kazi imeisha turudi nyumbani ushago. So, but what I later discovered was the government was doing restructuring, right about what the IMF and the World Bank are doing with the Kenyan government right now. Yes. So it used to be called, that's during the Moi government, it used to be called the structural adjustment programs, right, where the wage bill was so high for serikali, so munaambiwa lay off staff, you know, you are getting expert financial advice on how you can keep your wage bill. Yes. So my father one day was told, you are one of the people who's due for that slashing.
So you got a golden handshake.
So akapewa what we call a golden handshake. In fact, I remember alipewa mpaka ox plow. Unajua ile nini ya kulima shamba? Ile nini ya ng'ombe. Yes. Hiyo ox plow na yoke. Yeah. My father was given for Miwani when he was leaving. Na pesa, I don't know how much money he was given, he didn't tell us. But na ox plow ndio wakupatie like a retirement package. Yes. Because unaenda nyumbani, usisahau kwenda kununua ng'ombe na uanze kulima at least as something you can do in your retirement. Yes. Because he was still young. Right. But your life has been cut short, your employer. Like so after that, my father gave my mother 2 options. Because don't forget we have 2 families back in the village. My 2 mothers and their children, because their children were way older than us, because we are the younger family. Yes. So my father gives my mother 2 options. Either turudi nyumbani sisi wote, because mimi siendi kutafuta kazi pale pengine. Mimi nimepewa pesa ya kuretire, mimi naenda nyumbani. Ama wewe ubaki hapa na watoto wako, mimi narudi nyumbani kwa bibi zangu wawili. So you see, my mother was typically a housewife. Yes. My mother bana never went to hakuwa na career. She was married when she was, I think, because she gave birth to me when she was 20, so she gave birth to her firstborn when she was 17. Yes. So she had no career. Yes. Right? That's me and an Eminem t-shirt. That's my shemeji. Yes. This is a house in Kibera slums, 2004. By the way, you can see.
Tutarudi Kibera.
We'll get back there. Yeah.
Na mom.
Yeah.
Hebu tuonyeshane na mom.
There's a photo of me and
white suit.
Yeah, there's a photo of me and my mother.
Yes, just down there. Yes, there you go.
Yeah, that's one.
On your wedding day.
Yeah, that's on my wedding day.
So mom akasema.
So mom said that mimi nimeangalia watoto wangu, they're still very young kids. Yeah. Because at that time I think nilikuwa class 4. And my elder sister Dorothy was in Dorothy, was the one you saw hapo there, alikuwa class 6 because nilikuwa class 4. Yeah. So my mother said, nikirudi nyumbani na sina kitu ya kufanya nyumbani. what will my kids be? Because now it means we are going back home into penury.
Yes.
Right? So my mother decided to stay. But where do you stay? Because immediately my father was given a golden handshake. They sent watu askari wa company wakuja watu evict. Sisi hata tukupatia time ati mnapanga vitu ati mtransport na lori. Yeah. Kuna kuwa na notice bana. But I'm telling you, the company had, because we were given a company house, babangu, because he was working in the company on behalf of government. Yeah. The day that hiyo kazi iliisha, askaris watawadoo bana. So, me, I've seen people getting evicted. We were evicted from our house in BQ Estate. Yes. Rubble, hapo mbele ya nyumba. Yes. Like umerushiwa vitu nje, nyinyi jipange. So, my mother is like, boss bana, so what do we do? Because hana hata pesa, hana career, alikuwa tu housewife. So she decides, because my mother was deeply involved in, we are Catholics, I born in the Catholic church. So my mother was deeply involved in hizi association za kanisa. Yeah. Kuna vitu tunaita KDN. KDN is like a small Christian community. Yes. So every Sunday in the Catholic church, you belong to a small Christian community that feeds into your sub-parish, then to your parish. So my mother, because she wanted a place to stay for the night with us, to Rushwa, went to one of our Christian community members wenye walikuwa na shiriki na who at least walikuwa na, you know, Miwani had big houses bana. Yeah. It's like a 4-bedroom self-contained house, right? And so KDN ya huyu mama yangu ndiye ilimsaidia kupata servant quarter ya kuweka vitu zetu. As we settle down, as we come into this new life ya sasa ya kuhaso. Yes. Yeah, so after that, then life started becoming what it is. Yes. Because I think my father shielded us from life a lot. There are things I never used to see. Now after that, I started seeing them very clearly.
Just the contrast. Life must have been really, really, really tough. You had it good, but then now overnight.
Yeah. Do you know, Mark, when the house we were living in and my father was working, I saw a flush toilet before I was born. Like, yeah, even an instant shower. You know, in Miwani, we never used to pay for rent because you live in a company house. Yes. You don't pay for water. You don't pay for electricity because you use the electricity your company. The company distributes electricity for all its workers. Yes. So it was like a welfare state. Boss bana, yani, you wake up in the morning, kuna stima. Mi hata shule yetu Miwani primary school, tulikuwa tunafanya preps mpaka saa 4 ya usiku tunachukuliwa na gari tunapelekwa kwa estate. You get? Yeah, asubuhi preps inaanza 6 am, gari minawachukua. Kulikuwa na gari za watoto for every estate. Yes. Gari ya company inachukua watoto, watu wanaenda preps, watu in higher classes. Wanaenda preps 5:30, 6 am muko preps mpaka Kalenge. Mimi I started going to preps in primary. Yeah, life was good. Kuna maji for free. Yes. Boss, every month the company will give you sugar because it's a sugar company. Right. All their employees. Ni kama thank you for working this month. Chukua sukari uende ukunywe chai. We never used to buy sugar. Right. Yeah, and then all of a sudden, now we are scrapping the barrel's bottom. It's tough hustle. So my mother decides, because Miwani, we had a lot of casual workers when nakata miwa. You know, it's a large economy. Yes. Kuna watu wanafanya kazi kwa factory, then kuna these casual laborers. When you want to operate tinga, loaders. So my mother decided, what do I do to sustain the livelihood of these kids now that nimewachana nao, wameniacha na yeye? Decided to start doing kazi ya vibanda, kiosks. Okay. There's a place called Kaloche in Miwani. Kaloche is a corruption of lorry. Yes. Loche. And many lorries in Dolo is called Loche. So Kaloche is a place of many lorries. Yeah, mlolongo ya malori. Actually, yes. Kaloche is mlolongo. Okay. It's like a way bridge. Yes. Where sugarcane trucks come, they get weight. Yes. Then they get to the cane yard for flooding. Yes. Then they return, wanachukua receipt, then watalipwa at the end of. So my mother decide to open kiosk ya kuuza this food stuff for the guys coming with the trucks, loaders, truck drivers, you know, hapo tu. So there's a meal I love. I love porridge. Everyone knows. Yes. Because I grew up on porridge. Porridge is what my mother used to sell kwa kiosk pale. You know, these guys who do hard labor, they love. Kwa mjengo wanapenda vitu heavy. Yes. So I know how to brew porridge. Like my mother used to wake us up at 5 am every day to brew porridge. Ndio tumpeleke kwa kiosk yake sisi tukienda shule. Me and my sister Dorothy. Wow. Bana boss, I have sold a jerrycan of porridge kwa hospitali. Unaona vile in the hospital visiting hours kuna wagonjwa wenye hawawezi kula chakula ya hospitali kwa sababu maybe the appetite haina. So porridge is a very good appetizer.
Yes.
In free nutrition class, by the way. Porridge is a very good appetizer.
Yes.
So I used to sell porridge. We used to have a deal, me and my sister Dorothy, na watchmen wa hospitali. Unajua hospitali because you can only get the hospital during visiting hours.
Right.
After visiting hours, mnafukuzwa muende. So we used to have a deal with the watchmen hapo wa. He called Miwani Nursing Home, like the hospitali hapo Miwani. Because my mother amekwambia hii porridge ndio school fees yako, hizo mnalipa hiyo pesa posta 10 bob sijui nini.
Yes.
So help me help this family. So we used to get a deal with my watchmen. Bana unajua bana ukifukuza watu bana sisi ulenge kidogo ndio tumalize kibuyu.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
So in between me, I didn't say it was hustling because it wasn't my money.
Yeah.
It was my mother's money. But I saw it as a way of helping my mother take care of us.
Right.
Because it's collective responsibility.
Right.
What do? You can't complain about life.
This is at standard 4. If you were doing
it's 4-5 hapo ya.
it means pia you had to get all the scrapings just to get some fees.
Yes.
Unafukuzwa?
Yeah, boss bana. We were on the list every time. You know, kitambo there were no free primary education.
Yes.
So kulikuwa na hizi fees sijui the school has a post office box they need to maintain. So those poster fee fee. In fact, fee ya poster is the one I remember a lot. Because every time we tulikuwa nafukuzwa fee ya poster. Unajua fee ya poster ni 10 bob.
Yes.
Na una 10 bob per child. So, mimi nimeanza kufukuzwa nikiwa primary. So I know hardship man.
It's something you said earlier.
Yeah.
Mom went by the motto never give up.
Yeah.
And people questioned.
Yeah.
Mbona unapeleka huyu kijana shule?
Yeah.
Why would they question that?
Yeah.
I mean, you were a top student. You were number one all through.
Yeah.
But what is it that drove her not to give up? She dropped off after standard 8.
Yeah, correct.
What pushed her to give you education?
So,
Whatever cost.
you know, there's a lot of experiences I remember with my mother because I spent a lot of time with her during that period of hardship. So whenever we used to, so this is now in high school.
Yes.
Whenever.
We have a picture of
This is now in high school. So after primary, you know me.
This is
me when I was at primary school. Yeah, hiyo ni
KCP.
Yeah.
Alafu umevaa tie ya red.
Hiyo tie ya red ni senior physics lab Maseno school. So that's Maseno school. So top of my class again, class of 97. By the way, you know, Miwani Estate Primary School was the school that every school in the Moroni Sugar Belt used to look up to.
SI unit.
Yeah, yani, unaona kitambo kukuwa na hizi results za SMS.
Yes.
Mwalimu wa head teacher used to go to the district office hiyo ya nini kuchukua results physical copies alafu anaweka kwa office ya head teacher.
Yeah.
So you know, every time the KCPE were released results, schools in the Moroni Sugar Belt, I'm talking about Moroni Success, Chemelil B1 Academy, Chemelil Factory, you know, Kibos, you what? They used to withhold their results until they know top student of Miwani Estate Primary amepata nini. I am that top. I was that for the my year. I was that. Yani, imagine the entire division wame withhold results. Wangingojea results zangu. Mimi nimepata ngapi? Ndio waanze kuambia parents by there tuja perform vibaya sana.
Kama
wae. You know. So that was me. So
Yet it was through struggle.
Yeah, but you know me. By the way, me struggle doesn't faze me. Like I don't wear my struggle on my sleeve because I don't. So ikiambia watu kuna shida, who is not suffering? Everyone is suffering, Mark. Even if you are suffering, let no one lie to you. Everyone has their own struggle. That's what I've learned in life. Your struggle might not be the same as mine, but everyone have their own individual struggles. People are struggling with weight issues, me missing weight issues.
Yes.
So that's not my struggle, but I can't laugh at them.
Yes.
So everyone have their own struggle. And so when I went to high school, because my father is still in the village, my mother akaanza kuwa na shida ya school fees. Right? So two things happened. One, my sister who was ahead of me, my sister went to Kioge Girls High School in Kisii. By the way, watu wa Nyakoe, there's a market in Kisii called Nyakoe Market. Every Tuesday, there was a market day. Nyakoe, I will never forget, hapo karibu na Mosocho. So every Tuesday, the Kioge Girls High School, waliweka opening day ya Kioge Girls Tuesday kwa sababu ya market. So mnaleta watu, so we used to go with my sister, me na my wangu na my sister. Yes. I enjoyed those rides. So tunaingia Nyakoe Market, tunamnunulia those food stuff, alafu anaingia shule, then tunarudi. So my sister went to Kioge Girls, was called to Kioge Girls High School. So ilifika time, both of us are in high school. Because she's 2 years ahead of me.
Right.
And so my mother came one day and said, public service announcement. I'm struggling for paying school fees.
Yeah.
One of you must drop out on behalf of the other to continue. Because mimi, it's either you drop all of you, ama one drop alafu nisumbuane na moja. Instead of splitting migraines mbili, ukuwe na migraine moja yenye haiwezi kukuua. Because my mother needs to be alive for us to go to school.
Yes.
Hiyo migraine ikimuua bwana, see now we are back to penury. Now unasaidia nani? So people used to tell my mother. So every time Maseno school, but I had you don't know. You know, I saw my KCSE certificate with my own eyes in 2022. I never seen my KCSE certificate with my own eyes until 2022 because I got a job that they needed it. So my mom, when I had fears, when I left Maseno school, I said, boss, sitawahi rudi hapa. Because nikirudi hapa, wataniuliza wapi fee balance? Wapi fee balance? Umekuja ku fee balance? Yeah, so nilikuwa nataka kurudi kama niko na hiyo pesa. So people used to tell my mother, na huyu kijana yako kila saa mko naye kwa barabara mnatembea, ukimrudisha shule amefukuzwa na hata huna pesa mnafukuzwa tena. Si uache bana, hii pesa kidogo mko nayo, mtumie hapa because you are also struggling here.
Yeah.
So as we were written off, but me I was written off when I was very young. People wrote me off like, boss, hata umalizi shule wewe.
What did your mom say to them?
Now my mom told them, bana, huyu ni mtoto wangu. Mimi, I don't give up on my children.
Yes.
I will not give up on my children. Ni mtoto wangu. So, achana na mimi. Mimi unajua kenye nafanya.
Lakini kuna kitu and you like calling it public service announcement. Hiyo siku ya mwisho alikuja kuchukua Maseno akakupeleka nyumbani.
Correct. So this is what happened. So because we are really struggling. By the way, kitambo, when you are applying for university, we never used to have this thing called COOPS, this Kenya University Central Placement Services. We used to have something called the Joint Admission Board.
Yes.
Now the Joint Admission Board used to send university application letters to high schools. So that what wajaze in advance, courses they want to study in the university, before the results za KCSE kuje.
Yes.
So imagine you are applying for medicine, hata ujui results ni gani, umepata. Right? So what happened? Because mimi, forms zilikuja za university after I'd left school.
Oh.
Yeah.
Na ulisema utairu.
So mtu akanijazia, I don't know, bana whoever analijazia University of Nairobi bana, mimi thanks be to that person. So the day my last day of KCSE, ilikuwa, by then my last KCSE paper was chemistry practicals.
Yeah.
And because labs were few and tuko wengi, my Maseno school class of 2001 were 201 candidates. 201 in 2001. Wow. We were many, boss. I was in like huko mimi nilikuwa huko sijui third room, sijui fourth room. Rooms mingi. So because labs, the reagents were few, so hizo my equipment, so people were going to do the practicals in phases. Yes. So unluckily, I was in the last lot. Ile ya mwisho bana. So tumekaa hapo kwa holding room kwa chapel ba tukingoja group 1 mmemaliza group 2 ingie. So when my mother came to pick me, tumemaliza 5:30 bana, unyo clearance pia mpaka uclear before uende. Yes. So eventually we get to Miwani in our house at kitu 9:30 p.m. We really had problems in transport because that time Miwani imeanza ku struggle. Right. So hata hiyo route ya kwenda Miwani matatu zimeanza kuogopa. Yes. So my mother arrives in the house with me. Bado niko na uniform. And you know, my siblings walikuwa hata mailala bana. 9:30 unajua ushagoda wanalala mapema sana. Yes. So my mother wakes up everyone. Finally tumefika bana. Sigh of relief. My mother tells these kids these siblings of mine at the public service announcement. Huyu kijana. First, aliambia sister yangu atuombe. Like, you know, there's always this thing about African families. Mnaomba kila saa bana. Ati mnataka kukula mnaomba. Mkitaka mtu ameingia kwa nyumba ati mgeni ameingia mnaomba. So, my sister prays. Dorothy. I love Dorothy bana. My sister prays. So, after praying, thanking God for safe travels. Na safe travels ni kitu ya engineering tu na being careful on the road bana. Lakini anyway, she thanked God for safe travels. Yes. Na tumefika na mama yangu. So, my mother tells my siblings, munajua huyu kijana sasa amemaliza shule form 4. Now what that means is ameshakuwa mtu mkubwa. He's now an adult. I'm not sure of sound mind. You know, in law wanasema you must be an adult of sound mind for you to be a voter. And your voter must be an adult of sound mind. I don't know whether Kenyan voters are of sound mind, but anyway, my mother says huyu amekuwa adult. Yes. From tomorrow, he will not be liable for anything that happens in this house because atakuwa ametoka hapa kwenda kujitafutia. Hey. So meaning, hako kwa program ya kazi kwa hii nyumba. Because mamangu alikuwa anaamuka na anapanga kazi. Yes. muende kwa shamba, sijui muoshe vyombo. Anapanga mtu kazi for the whole day.
Yes.
Mamangu every day. But my mother was like a project planner bana. Angerun project ya NGO vibaya sana. Oh mama, ako juu. So, and she's on top of things.
Yes.
Akirudi, anaangalia kama hizo vitu aliacha zimefanya kazi. So, akaambia the next day, huyu jamaa hata kuwa anafanya kazi kwa hii nyumba. So, hatutampanga kazi. And what that means also, msiweke maji yake ya ugali kwa hii nyumba. Hata ya chai, msimpatie. Because, niko na shida mingi ya kuwalea nyinyi wote, nataka mtoe jam. Sasa huyu, from tomorrow ametoa jam. So Miwani had like, every estate had like 2 or 3 houses, ya boys. Yeah, you know, because families were living together, and because when boys got older, either unatafutiwa kazi kwa company, na your father or mother, for that progression, ama unajitafutia kazi. So they used to be holding rooms for boys. We used to call them headquarters. Naenda headquarters. So mtu akikwambia, ati nataka kwenda headquarters. Sasa unajua unaenda kwa room ya boys. You know what boys do bana in those places. So mamangu alisema, because nimeshakuwa mzee, toka kwa nyumba yangu.
Yes.
So I left the next day, going to join my other boys who have not been lucky to get a job in the company. Yeah. Mimi I started collecting sugar cane bana nikiload kwa trucks. Ama kupalilia nini sugar cane for pay every day because as a casual laborer.
Yes. Or
to apply fertilizer is top dressing. Hii fake fertilizer hii bana. Like those days bana, life was good. There was no fake fertilizer in the market man. So me I know how to boss. I know how to load canes on a cane truck using that ladder here ambao.
Right.
I know. Me I can hang on a truck ya sugar cane truck nikakutolea miwa kama sugar cane truck ina move. Na una collect hapo chini.
So this is a skill. There's a reason why I'm really getting to hear about this. And watu wako wame tune in sana.
Yeah.
And there's something they experience that badala ya kucheza PS ama Xbox during that period ngoja kuingia university.
Yeah.
So you go to university. Kuna picha hapa ya Kibra. Hapa Kibra ulikuwa ushaanza kazi ama ulikuwa
that one. Ile
kuna mabati.
Ile Ghetto Development Center. Yes. Make the slums beautiful. But that thing is written kama huwezi soma hata nikusomee. Imeitwa Ghetto Development Center, make the slums beautiful.
Yes.
That is me, Gabriel Oguda. If you know what I'm holding, that's a digital camera. But if you had this camera back then, ulikuwa mdosi bana. I'm telling you, that's David Bondo. By the David Bondo, the guy just sitting next to me. Yes. David Bondo is now working in a radio station in Kisumu. I know Captain Bondo bana. Yes. Bana, big up to David Bondo bana. He knows bana. Tumetoka na Kibera. So, one of my brothers from the other mother, from the first house, started working. You know, watu wanatoka na ushago kwenda kutafuta kazi Nairobi.
Kabisa.
So, because nimemaliza campus, sikuwa nimemaliza campus. I think I was doing internship. Nikaenda kuishi na yeye kama tuko likizo. Because niko University of Nairobi main campus.
Yes.
So, ningeenda kuishi na yeye. But meantime, nafanya kazi. Unajua vile unasaidia kazi kwa community.
Yes.
But you know, these guys, they were doing media things.
Yes.
There used to be a journal called Kibera Journal. Like, it used to be a newspaper every month. Yeah. But the Nation used to have a pull out ya Kibera. Nation and Kibera Journal used to be run by a Norwegian Mzungu.
Right.
Can't remember his name, but he used to come to the slums to collect 2 stories. I didn't even know about journalism then.
Right.
But I think I used to be good at writing.
You are?
I used to be good, kitambo. So, nilianza kuandika kitambo. So, nikaanza because just to get money bana. Unajua wewe ni kama wewe ni kijana.
Yes.
Bana hawezi kaa tu, ati sasa maisha imenichapa. Sasa mimi nikae tu. Bana even Moses was told bana Moses alienda kwa burning bush, Mungu akamwambia, wewe unasema wewe ni stammerer bana, I want to send you to Pharaoh. What do you have in your hand? Ati nikutu na kijiti bana, lakini sidhani hii kijiti iko sawa. Hiyo kijiti ndio iko sawa. Start with that, you know.
Yes.
So I've always learned in life, even through my mother, don't complain. Why are you complaining?
Right.
Life is punishing everyone. What do you have in your hand?
Right.
So I discovered that because I know how to read and write, and I can connect sentences together. Why don't I go here but I knock on that door bana? Watu bana hata kama nikupiga picha alafu mtu anaandika story bana.
Yes.
Si hata nijue hata Kibera inakaa aje. Si ndio?
And so, this was within your course of anthropology.
Yes. So I go to the University of Nairobi. Yes. So let me tell the story about the University of Nairobi.
Yes.
After leaving Maseno School, don't forget, I didn't fill my university form.
Someone filled it.
Correct. Somebody, I didn't know somebody filled it form. So one day, Jairus was now in Maseno University.
Yes.
You know, every time Joint Admission Board walita watu kwa the new intake, they used to plaster all the universities are public universities. In all notice boards, they're all universities.
Yes.
So one day Jairus, who is Maseno University, came home and told me, by the way, first years were this year, list yao imetoka. Bana, it was a long name. Imagine he got to university, JK what? He went to all the lists, kutafuta jina yangu.
Wow.
Found my name, umeitwa Bachelor of Arts, Anthropology, University of Nairobi. Sasa mimi sijaenda Nairobi, right? Eventually, I get to Nairobi. So now, I don't have my KCSE result slip. I don't have anything to justify nimefanya KCSE, si ndio? But I need to apply for my course.
Yes.
So what do? Jairus tells me, because you need your KCSE result slip and your admission letter, because admission letter pia ilitumwa Maseno school.
Lazima
right?
uende.
Correct, lazima niende Maseno. Niko na area, na sina pesa. So what do? Jairus hatches a plan. Tells me, unajua ameingia university so ako na ukora kidogo. So advises me, boss, go to the secretary wa principal wa Maseno school. Ama unitume kama utaki kuenda. Nitamwambia aende kwa file yako, aende a photocopy hiyo admission letter yako na result slip yako, alafu a stamp or a copy of a true copy of original.
Yes.
Original stamp ya Maseno school. Yes. Certified by senior principal, you know. Yeah, ni secretary amenifanyia. So Jairus advised me. Nasema something like that can happen. Yeah. So Jairus goes to the secretary. Jairus begged that mama ban. I can't remember her name, but she gave us a photocopy.
Wow.
So I take the photocopy of my result slip and the photocopy of my admission letter to the Joint Admission Board offices at the University of Nairobi main campus. That's where the Joint Admission Board offices used to be. So I go there and I tell them, Mama, please, ban, just certify these things as true copy of the original for me to get apply for my HELB loan.
Yes.
Up at 1 Anniversary Towers, 18th floor. So the woman writes for me a letter. This is Gabriel Oguda. You know, we have satisfied these documents. I went to HELB and I applied for a loan they gave me.
Wow. And then we have a picture of your graduation because I want to.
So yes. So
there's a picture there. He's with his brother. And I could zoom down. Scroll down. Beg your pardon.
That's Zakban.
This is you and
my most favorite brother. You know, he looks like Tupac. I kept making fun of it. Zach had come from the village for my graduation. So you see, graduating for my mother was a big thing.
Yes.
Boss, Bana, like, my mother was crying, Bana. She couldn't believe it. Like, it was crazy stuff. No, that day, I knew the true result of resilience and perseverance. Because my mother just wanted me nipate degree. Whether I'll get a job or not,
yes,
is immaterial.
And she did it.
Yes. Yes, because you know, every time she went back to the village, she used to be told, "Hasa kwa nini mlibaki huko? Kwani hawa watoto hawawezi soma huku?" Kwani yani, like they used to discredit her for having stayed back when she had a vision, yes, for us. So that day was a very big day for us. That's Zach. As you can see, Bana, Zach just came. Alikuja tu.
Vile yako.
Vile yako. Because everyone is vile yako, because people didn't care whether you have money or not. We didn't care whether how you dressed. You could as well have even come with torn clothes.
Yes.
But the people who stood by us came to celebrate our achievement.
Right.
My achievement was for everyone.
Exactly.
Who had stood with us from the beginning. Like it was an assurance to even those who had left back that you know the story of this family.
Right.
Hata wewe mnaweza kuwa kama yeye.
Fast forward, ukatoka hapo, you didn't stop there. There's a lady there just under the basketball hood there, and you're standing with her.
So
also like another mom to you.
So you know, boss bana, Dr. Mary Amuyunzu Nyamongo. Bana, where's the camera? Dr. Mary Amuyunzu Nyamongo, God bless that woman. I'm telling you. You know, when I came to the University of Nairobi, Mark, I didn't tell you this, but HELB wakanipatia pesa ya loan.
Yes.
Unajua loan. That the time, you know, when you're applying for HELB, they give you a higher loan based on your needy status.
Yes.
So the needy status were your metrics. If you are a total orphan, higher loan because hauna dependence. Yes. If you are partial orphan, one parent, medium loan. If you have both parents, whether they are jobless or not, it doesn't matter. So long as your parents, unapewa minimum loan.
Yes.
I was given a minimum loan. Those times, at least it was 30,000 or 35,000 per year. Right. So it was not even enough for my studies. And don't forget back at home, our siblings wetu wakina Zach, sasa wameanza kugrow. Wameanza sasa kuingia high school. My mother one day called me and told me, unajua wakina Zach anaenda high school. Na sina hata pesa ya kumpeleka. Let alone kumnunulia vitu.
Yes.
So I tell my mother, what do you want? Sina hiyo pesa yako ya help, ukate, tumpeleke shule. At least aingie tu, hata kistruggle kama mimi vile nilistruggle. You know, for my mother, ukiwa kichwa tu. But my mother has faith in us. Like, let me tell you, yani you just need an opening. I'm telling you. So my mother calls me and tells me, hii pesa yangu ya help, it's still not enough for my fees.
Yes.
I'm telling you, I have two. Hata sikuwa na pesa ya hostels. By the way, I started living in the hostels nikiwa tadia. Nilikuwa nakomboa nyumba Kibera. One day I was rained on na bag yangu nikirudi because I was walking.
Yes.
I was raiding on na bag yangu na nilikuwa nimeomba books kwa library. It's called JKML, Jomo Kenyatta Memorial Library, hapo main campus. Boss, hii digitization process ya hiyo library imenisaidia. Because they lost my records. Sasa siku ya kikiclear wananiambia sina records zenu. Right. Kuna books nilinyeshewa, sikuwahi rudi kwa hiyo library because wananiitisha wapi books tulikompetea jana. Then digitization hapo. So, the little money we had is the one I used to pass down. Nisaidie wale watoto wetu wako huko chini.
Wow.
I personally went back to Miwani to take Zach to like I'm his parent now, nampeleka form 1. Yeah, that's why I love that. He's never disappointed me, man.
Yes.
You know, I like people who, if you also show them, I like people who don't disappoint their mentors. You know, mtu akikusaidia, but it's not that wako na mingi. Hata wanajinyima, but because they believe in the struggle, even wewe bana, don't let them down.
Yes.
For the culture bana, don't let them down.
And you credit Mary.
So Mary, so when
she helped you get a scholarship.
So yes, so let me tell you what Mary did to me. During my stay in campus, I never used to have a job. So me, I was student full time.
Yes.
And so I used to ask myself, what do I do with my free time? Because unaona watu wanaona pesa bana, wanaenda happy every Friday bana, you know, watu wanachafua, you know, those things. So me, I didn't have that luxury. Because me, I remember penye nimetoka. So one day, there's a building in UON main campus called the Hislop building.
Yes.
Hapo chini, there used to be like a tunnel, like a garage. It is like an open space, like iko kwa dugout.
Yes.
So huku ndo walikuwa narushanga vitu zimeharibika, furniture imevunjika, chairs. So one day, the University of Nairobi came up with a program ya computer literacy for students. Because they discovered apparently bana watu kama sisi hatujaona computer bana tukafika hapo. So waka convert hiyo dugout into a computer lab. And those days bana, internet was, no one knew what the internet was. Desktop computer biggie, you know, we do big things. So me, I said, instead of going back to my hostel to sleep, because my lectures, why don't I go to kill time at the Hislop building up a computer lab? So I made a relationship with somebody called Ngure. Ngure used to be like, no, these computer lab attendants.
Yes.
Unamwambia ati Yahoo yangu imekata. Our search engine, but then Google haiko imekuja. So our search engine was Yahoo. Then this Beethoven music is a ding ding. You know, remember those things?
Yes.
Those are the things you used to listen. Like you're listening to Beethoven bana. Ujui hata huyu jamani nani. So I used to ask myself, what do anthropologists do?
Yes.
So naenda kwa Yahoo search engine nasema, Yahoo, hebu niambie anthropology wanafanyanga nini? So Yahoo wananiambia anthropology, all the searches. So I discover most anthropologists kumbe wako tu huku nje wanafanya vitu poa poa na people don't know. Yeah. Because in our classes sisi tulikuwa nafundisha tu na tunaambiwa bana the class dismissed and then ufanye kazi. Yes. So one day I started writing, you know the way if you're a peer reviewed because Mary is a researcher.
Yes. PhD.
Bana Mary was top of her class straight to Cambridge University. Akufanya masters, PhD directly. That woman is bright. Bana boss, Cambridge, Oxford na Cambridge wana hivi in the UK. Wako tu hivi. So hivi tu. Kama Ruto na lies. Hivi tu. So Mary comes back, establishes an NGO.
Yes.
Yeah, health research.
Yes.
Health and development research. At that time, so she writes, she does research, publishes it in journals, but this is the scientific journals. alafu anaandika jina yake hapo, author na contact. So I stumbled on Mary's contact. And I started writing emails. By the way, Mary, I am called Gabriel Oguda. Mimi ni student wa anthropology. I just like to know more about this study ulifanya. Sikuuliza job. I've stumbled upon this article. Nataka uniambie most sources zimetoka wapi kwa sababu sina materials zenye ziko frequent, ziko recent kama hii. Because most researches was recent. Like vile kitambo vitabu tunasoma ni za kitambo. So Mary doesn't reply to me. But me, my mother told me, bana, mtu bana, keep knocking that door. Wait, gonga tu mlango. So one day, in 4th year, I started writing to Mary nikiwa second year.
Wow.
Mary, anani blue tick tu. So one day, Mary writes back to me, bana, out of the blues. Ati by the way, unajua wewe kijana, I've been monitoring your progress lakini haujui. You know those mentors who wanakuangalia tu unasema I want to know if who you say you are is who you are.
Yes.
But you know mimi sichoki, nasema baadaye Mary tumefunga shule sasa tunarudi ushago. Nini tena hivyo nikirudi namwambia nimesharudi. Leo tumefanya exam ya mwisho, sija perform. Ilikuwa tough like like I'm talking to my mother. Yeah. Right? So one day Mary writes to me and tells me, najua sasa umemaliza exam ya form 4th year, unangoja graduation. Niko na organization yangu iko hapo Kilimani. Wewe kuja univisit the next Monday. Tulikuwa tumemaliza Friday like this, so the next Monday bana. I go to Mary's organization. So Mary tells me, doesn't tell me a lot of things, tells me, by the way, straight to business. There's a conference we are organizing. It's an international conference. Yeah, health promotion, because they were doing health research. So Mary tells me, we need watu wa mkono. Watu wa kuzungusha mic across the room, watu wa kukimbia downstairs ku print papers. It was on Safari Park Hotel.
Yes.
I have a picture of that conference in my home in the village. It's a big one, but with all those wazungu. But it's the proudest moment of my life. So Mary, but I was paid in dollars, Mark.
Hey.
I'm serious. Yeah. So they are. So yeah. One of them, I'm the one in blue. Sarova Stanley, 2008. So nilikuwa nimechapa bana na nakaa kama Taylor Museveni bana, nilikuwa na share na yeye bana. So these are Ministry of Health officials. We were organizing honor. So let me introduce you. If you're reading this, WHO is the World Health Organization.
Yes.
Second meeting for 7th global conference on health promotion. Like the WHO, World Health Organization, has periodical conferences for health promotion for global players in the sector for all those years. So Kenya hosted the first global health promotion in Africa was hosted in Kenya in 2009.
Yes.
So Mary was in the local organizing committee by virtue of her being the executive director of our health research firm. So Mary seconded me to that committee. This is the power of seconding young people into spaces very early. Because I just graduated in 2007. And see, this is 2008. Mary taught me, hata kama una koti, enda tu uchukue koti yote tu. Wewe vaa koti. Usikae hapo kama chokora bana. Wewe ndio vaa koti bana. Ukae ni kama wewe pia uko serious. So that's me bana. In a Museveni's tailored suit. Talking to Ministry of Health officials na wazungu pia wako kwa background. 2008, Sarova Stanley. Bana, I tasted that tea ya Sarova Stanley. Yes. Nikasema bana, kama hii ndio life hata mimi nataka.
Hata unaishika kama
ona nashika kama yani you will think mimi ni there's a friend of mine called Vincent.
Yes.
You know Vinio?
Yes, I know.
Vinio man. Vinio once hosted me for high tea. Yes. Hapo Loderol. Hapo bana. Like what is this? High tea. Like there's low tea, middle tea.
Hapo kuna kile unaishika.
Hadi umeshika hivi. So I said, kama hii ndio life work. Hata mimi nataka hii life man. So Mary not only, by the way, the reason why I like reading is I used to see Mary with books.
Yes.
Mary anaingia kwa kazi. Don't forget she's the CEO.
Yes.
Mary anabeba book is not related to work.
Yes.
The first book I saw Mary read, which I bought my first book.
The picture there of Mary na mzungu.
Where's Mary? Mary amuyuzu. Kuja tu chini. Huku juu. Ile selfie tumepiga na hapo that one.
Yes.
Yeah, so
the lady there.
So that's me. That's my colleague Dorothy Otieno bana. Dorothy, big up to Dorothy also.
The one hugging you.
Yeah, the one hugging me. Dorothy was in my program, so I used to run a program.
Okay.
So that's Claire Blanchard. That's Mike Bayochi. They were working at the Stanford University.
Right.
So Mary, we used to write grant proposals for funding.
Right.
Because we are running programs and we need funding. So Mary will teach us how to write proposals. So Stanford University collaborated with us on a gender-based violence prevention program in Korogosho and urban slums. Yes. And I was the one in charge of that program. So Wakina Mike had come to visit us. So tulikuwa tunawapeleka around. It was FPK.
Was it part of the
no, the other, that's me spreading the gospel, the word of the Lord. Weka. See, me, I do the Lord's work every time. That's my friend Tiwaine Olenchoko. But you know Tiwaine, man?
Yes.
Tiwaine, yeah, that's me doing the Lord's work in Narok. Ewaso.
Were you working with Mary?
No, this after. Now, after I left the AIHD, I started branching into consultancy.
Yes.
So FPK is a church.
Yes.
So we are speaking to youths in Ewaso about, because I'm a researcher.
Yes.
So we were doing some consultancy.
Yes.
I do a lot of things by the side, by the way. People just don't know, because I'm a researcher, I'm an anthropologist by training.
Right.
So that's me and Tiwaine. We were just walking around with those young people in Ewaso, but a big up to them. Because I love working with young people.
Right.
Yeah, that's me holding the Bible.
Doing the Lord's work. Oh, yes,
doing the Lord's work.
Let's see where...
Hapo chini, your health promotion. No, hiyo ni brand. Hiyo ni...
Chini tena hapo kwa na vijana kwa football ama...
Vijana kwa football. So, yeah, hiyo kwa football. Usually this is how it's okay. I will explain this. So, people don't know, because people... I see people coming a lot on my page saying, this blogger,
yes,
this, this... it's like me. They say bloggers have a, when somebody say you're a blogger, it has a negative connotation.
Right.
So I always tell people, weka to your pitch, I want to explain it. I always tell people, I have a Master of Philosophy in degree in health promotion from the University of Bergen, and these are my classmates. Like, the way they wanaambianga ati, unasema ulienda shule.
Yes.
Who are your classmates? Marco, who are your classmates? How's
Marco, but these
are my classmates.
They're not that kind of...
Yeah. Big up to Dr. Dennis Matanda. By the way, Dr. Dennis Matanda. Dennis, hapo kwa line of second row first. Yes. That's Dennis Matanda, Dr. Dennis Matanda.
Next to Dixon.
Yeah, next to Dixon. Dennis, in our class, we were 2 Kenyans.
Yes.
Dennis is Kenyan bana, from Kitale.
Yes.
Bana, jama wa nguvu sana bana.
2010 to
2012. Yeah, so our master's degree was, the course was for 3 years.
Na hii haungepata kama ingekuwa Mary.
Haingekuwa Mary. So this is what Mary did to me.
Yes.
So I have to explain this. So because of Mary used to be very versatile.
Yes. On
top of running an NGO, she used to get into spaces. This global health development space. Don't forget, even the WHO conference, yes, she was given because she used to be in a board, the WHO, exactly, advising the global body. Wow. So Mary used to take me to these meetings. I'm telling you, like, boss, mimi nitoka to university, mimi ni intern, Mary ananiambia, kuja uniandikie notes.
Ukae na hao.
Yeah, ukae na hao kubwa bana, uanze kuzoea bana. This is the life. I want to start getting busy. Ima wewe kwa computer bana, So in the advisory body at WHO, Mary used to have a colleague, because the advisory body is composed of people, global experts from all over. Yes. So one of them was Professor Maurice Mittelmark. Professor Maurice Mittelmark was from Norway. But now let me tell you. So one day, Mary comes to my desk kwa ofisi na ananiuliza, lakini wewe Oguda, na ukonanga tu unakaa tu hapa. Kwani utakangi kurudi shule kusoma? So I told Mary, bana, because of where I come from, bana, you think I can even have 1 shilling to spare? Kama hiyo unanipatia hapa kidogo bana, ndio nime squeeze. Sasa hiyo kidogo, hiyo ingine nitapata pia kusoma. Ningependa kwenda shule bana, lakini siwezi. Then Mary told me, I just wanted to know if you are interested. Because I have a colleague at the board I sit in who is a director at the faculty of that institute in Bergen, the University of Bergen.
Yes.
And I could ask him, the next time kuna window ya scholarship, aniambie nikuambie, if you're interested, to apply.
Yes.
I applied. So the next window Mary comes to me and says, by the way, Maurice ameniambia, we used to call him Maurice. Because but let me tell you, Mary has a PhD, I don't call her doctor. I call her Mary.
Yes.
Because even Professor Maurice, I don't call her Professor Maurice, I call her Maurice. Because I agree with
President Dr. William.
No, yeah, because people in this country, people want to feel important. You see, Mark, your importance should be seen. You should not make people you are harassing us ati tuone kama ati uko kwa barabara unataka watu wajue ati mimi ni nani. We need to see wewe ni nani by your actions.
Yes. Feel it.
Yeah. Mimi, I have a master's degree in health promotion. I don't ram it down people's throats. I don't even remind people that I went to Norway, that I lived with Wazungu bana for more than
hapo mahali uko na.
Yeah, that's brand bana. That's SK brand. My club. You know me, I'm very passionate at the things I do.
Yes.
I subscribed to that football club. When I go to a new area, yes, I assimilate. I always make it upon myself to assimilate very fast.
Yes.
In fact, my mother always tells me, of all her 6 children, I'm the one she's least worried about. Yeah, because everywhere I go, Me, I go in, man. So, I subscribe to SK Brand, Sports Club and Brand. So, I was a member of this football club. Every home match, bana sichelewi. Hata kama kuna lecture, bana mi na miss. Because I wanted to integrate myself into the community.
Yes.
Me, I'm not aloof. Me, I'm hands-on.
Right.
So, we had won a game. So, that's Judy Tologi. But then Judy Tologi used to cook for us chapati. She's Kenyan. She's the one. She went before us.
Yes.
So she's the one who was showing me, showing us the town.
Yes.
But then she's still in Norway. She's back there. She got married there.
And now there's the other picture ukifanya bow and arrow.
The bow and arrow. Yes. Yeah, I love archery. Yo bado ni Norway. I love archery, bana. You have no idea. Wow. Yeah, that's that German friend of mine. He's my buddy, bana. We still talk.
Yes.
Oh, after all those years, because me, Mark, I make friendship that are long lasting.
Right.
I don't make. Mark, for me to call you my friend.
Yes.
You have to be my friend for real.
Yes.
Hii maneno ya kutumia terms ati loosely. Ati I know him, he's my friend. Then when I call you don't pick. So how are we friends? So that's I love archery, but you have no idea. I have a bow and arrow in my house.
So let me ask, mentioned the lady there alikusaidia Norway, unawapikia chapati, she's married.
That's Judith, yeah.
Mbona wewe ukaamua urudi, and you said earlier you tasted the good tea.
Yeah. Yes.
This is the life I want.
Yeah.
Mbona ukarudi in Kenya?
Why I came back to Kenya, I tell people this every day.
Yes.
Even those who live in the diaspora, Kenyans, si ati wanasikia vizuri. I'm telling you, Mark, when I was in Norway, every evening we used to converge into a Kenyan house, like a house for Kenyans, to watch the news. This is Mark Masai, YouTube. YouTube, yeah, yes.
Yes.
When YouTube started becoming a thing, you were streaming live, but there are Kenyans in the diaspora who can't wait to watch the news in Kenya.
Right.
Because we are warm people. Yes. We are not cold people. Don't forget, remember your biology class, we are warm-blooded animals. We are mammals, right? We are called homoethams. Warm-blooded animals I don't know whether you remember, but me I remember things.
Yes, it's
called homoethams. Cold-blooded animals are called poikilotherms. Yes. You're reptiles. That's when somebody calls you a snake, yes, it means you are cold-blooded. Yeah, when you hear he was killing a cold-blooded murder. Yes. Humans are not supposed to be cold-blooded. Yes. We are supposed to be warm-blooded. We are warm people. We need, Yani, we are a community, we are a society. So, You're just saying you know that people out there in the diaspora. Yeah, people that are in the diaspora actually did not cut ties with us. They actually want to come back to Kenya. I'm telling you. That's why I think the IBC introduced this voting in the diaspora. Yeah. Because look at the diaspora remittances back to Kenya, Mark. Yeah. It means they still want a better country to live in. Yeah. People don't live. There's this phrase that is called, you don't leave your country unless it is the mouth of a crocodile. So I came back from Norway because I could have stayed there. Yes. But Mark, if we are not the ones who will build our country, yes, we can't outsource building our country to somebody else. Right. We are the ones to do it. Now, there's a reason why I'm asking about that, because maybe there's a damsel in distress, does not know if you are married and wanted to settle with you. No. So let me tell you this history with my wife, because now that we've asked. No, it's the truth. You see, when I left Norway, yes, I packed my belongings in Nairobi. Yes. Nikarudisha Ushago, but I never sold a thing. Wow. Nikiishi Nairobi, nikifanya na Mary. My mother told me, my son, I will remember these things they have given me because I gave them to my mother. Yeah, my TV bana, ile kubwa bana, ile yenye kona hiyo cathode ray, in physics wanaita cathode ray tube. Cathode ray oscilloscope, CRO. Nilifanya physics bana. But that thing, nundu, with those TVs, that thing is called CRO, cathode ray oscilloscope. Kuna generation I. Hey, I'm telling you, it's called cathode ray tube. So, yes, that TV, the first TV I bought with my own money. It's a phrase I love using. The first television I bought with my own money is in my mother's house in the village. Yes. My mother always remembers that. By then I wiping every day. So when I went to Norway, I didn't want to come back and start life afresh. Right. Yeah. Because don't forget, I am the one everyone is depending on. So I need to settle down quick. For the sake of everyone who's coming after me. So boss, I left somebody in my house in Nairobi before I went to Norway. Oh. Yeah. Tulikuwa tunaongea kwa Skype bana. Romance yako na wewe na mom. That was your wedding day. Hey, where's my mother?
This was your wedding day.
Boss bana, that's my wedding.
And you took your wedding back home.
What is the village? I'm a villager, boss bana. You know me, I'm grounded, man. People see me online and judge me. They don't know me.
Yes.
Me, I'm grounded. The village made me. I'm telling you, the village made me. The people who struggled with me, with my mother, our to Kanisa, our to any. These guys who don't have a lot. That's why I don't like people who look down on poor people. Because poor people, money in your awana. Yeah. But me, I look at your heart. So the village made me. So I took back my wedding in the village, but to tell them, boss, the child you help bring, I'm a Rudy.
So Mr. Gabriel Oguda is a family man, happily married.
Bana niko na ring bana. Wapi camera? One wife. One wife.
Happily married. So now I want us to segue. There's a reason why I asked you all this question to hear about Gabriel Oguda. Yeah. Because people judge you based on what they've seen.
Yeah, correct.
And a lot of what people have seen is screenshot here, tweet yako.
Yeah.
Of what you've posted.
Yeah.
And they don't know the past.
Yeah.
And the story informs why you are who you are and how you approach your daily operations, whether it's speaking to power.
Yeah.
So you do many other things, but people know you for the Twitter platform, for X, Facebook, and what have you.
Yeah.
Now, it's good that you've said you're grounded, that's why ulirudi.
Yeah.
And the fact that you're grounded, unakumbuka watu wako, it explains why you really push for the lesser people.
Yeah, correct.
In society.
Correct.
Si kutumwa na, in fact, una picha moja hapo na baba.
Yeah.
Many think you are a mercenary for baba.
No. Listen, Mark, this is what I tell people. All of us on voting day, if you're registered as a voter, you're going to vote.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
You can choose not to tell people who you voted for, but you know why you voted for the person you voted for.
Right.
And by the person you voted for means you have 6 ballots. Right. MCA, senator, governor, woman rep, MP, president, And so, I am this person who, I can't keep quiet about my political choices.
Yes.
Yeah, because all of us here make political choices.
Right.
Boss, if you voted for Ruto, I'm convinced there's something you saw in him to vote for him.
Yes.
So why not tell us why you are voting for him? Right? Even me, I will tell you why I'm voting for the person I'm voting for.
Yes.
So why do we criminalize people getting into political spaces to associate with people? Because politicians are the ones in charge of changing policy in this country.
Yes.
So if you vote for Ruto and you keep quiet about it, so you don't want people to judge you, you are a blogger, and because you write for politicians, me, I will not keep quiet about my choices because I want people to know why I'm voting for the people I'm voting for.
Right.
If there's a consequence to it or a penalty to pay, I'll pay it.
Right.
Because I believe you don't go to vote blindly. Me, in my mind, I don't believe somebody can wake up in the morning and say, nipatie ballot paper. Huyu ni nani? Hata sijawahi waona. Asina mtu hapa, wacha nitik tu. No. You can't just tick a ballot paper, bana. It's criminal. Because, do you know, Mark, your vote and my vote at the ballot are the same.
Yes.
Yeah, because majority, for you to win an election, you have to get the majority first past the post.
Yes.
And so, imagine your vote, the quality of your vote, Mark, with the way you are informed.
Right.
Now, the quality of the vote of your madman in your village, is the same. Like your madman votes for a rival candidate and he cancels your vote.
Yes.
So, the more madmen determine the trajectory this country is taking.
Right.
Can you imagine?
Right.
So that's why for me, I will never keep quiet about the political choices I make because I believe my political choice is informed by something. And I need to convince other people to also see my point of view, why it's best to vote for this candidate.
And I can see the passion. Now we're getting to the person that people know, Gabriel Oguda.
Yeah.
Was there a eureka moment? Because now you've said it's not even, you don't tweet what you tweet because Baba told you, go and tweet Gonga Dr.
No, Bwana, no.
When did it start and how did it start? Because you are mtu wa ground. You work with the people on the ground. You help raise funds, in fact, from your career.
Yeah.
The career that people don't know. People know you for what you do to call the power to account.
Yeah.
You call them out.
Yeah.
When did it start and how? What was that eureka moment?
So I grew up in hardship, like I've told you.
Yes.
And so I hate to see people struggling.
Yes.
Boss Bana, poverty is bad, Mark. You don't wish it on your worst enemy.
True.
You know what unasemanga? Ati you don't wish your worst enemy aende jela. Me, I tell people, jela is better because jela unapewa chakula.
Kweli.
Yeah, but then peleka jela. It's free food, bana. Free food. Free water on a shower. Free. But the government even gives you medicine when you're sick.
Yes.
Poverty, uko nje uko na freedom, boss. Hauna chakula. The people go hungry on the streets every day.
Right.
Like clockwork. I'm telling you. So, because I grew up in, I know, bana, I've seen poverty with my own eyes.
Yeah.
I don't wish poverty on anyone.
So that's what
It's so dehumanizing. And you can't even speak to people.
Right.
People judge you based on how they see you.
Yeah.
Ati umedress vibaya. Ati huyu jamani nani? Atoke hapo.
Yes.
You know, judging people not by the content of their character, but by how they present themselves.
Right.
Because now you judge that they are poor, so they are not in your class. What is class? Me, I've gone to class 1, class 2, class 3, class 4, mpaka nimemaliza class 8, top of my class. So mimi sina class. See, your class. That's the only class I know.
Yes.
So there's no way you can accuse somebody of not having class because they haven't experienced better based on their economic situation.
Right. So
those are the things that make me get mad at people who take advantage of poor people.
Right.
Because this is basically taking advantage of poor people. You get?
And when did it start? I want to, because there's tweets today, even if someone were to look at your page right now, atapata hizo tweets ambazo ni moto.
Yeah.
And bwana, you don't fear.
No, you know, fear. we will all die one day.
So there's this one that you wrote, and this was and I want to know the story of when it started.
Yeah.
You say this was a tweet and a post by NTV Kenya and Citizen Kenya, quoting the government spokesperson. Yeah. And he was saying, Isaac was saying, the fake fertilizer was a soil conditioning product that was being distributed through NCPB depot, government says. And then something else also from the minister there. And you say, incompetent by birth.
Yeah.
Basically calling them incompetent by birth.
Yeah.
After that, hiyo tweet ya una jump, una ruka. Hiyo tuliangalia before. Then there's the other one where you asked Edwin Sifuna. He tweeted and said, my governor was supposed, that is Sakaja, my governor was supposed to be before the Public Accounts Committee of the Senate this morning to discuss the Auditor General's reports for 2020, 2021, and 2021 to 2022. And he, of course, did not show up. Ukaandika nini?
Nilisema ati kama amemtafuta TikTok.
Have you tried have you tried looking for him on TikTok?
Yeah.
Yaani ulikuwa unasema hivyo ukimaanisha Sakaja.
You know, I hate people who don't fathom the enormity of the offices that have been given. Mark, let me tell you, every person has a job to do to make this country better.
Right.
Regardless of the job.
Yes.
The street sweeper, who you meet every day sweeping the street, has to do that before we wake up.
Right.
Because when you get to town, you find the streets clean.
Right.
So if the streets are not clean, the street sweeper will have been sleeping on his job, right?
Yes.
And likewise, if the streets are not clean, it means the system is broken. There's a reason why he or she did not report to work. Maybe akulipwa so akukwa go slow ama ameenda kutafuta pesa ya watoto wake kwa wengine because you have to make ends meet. Yeah. And so, if garbage is piling up, because we have estates in this city where garbage is piling up, it's too much. Look at the issue about these high-rise apartment blocks that have been everywhere.
Yeah.
You know, you can't be summoned to the Senate to answer to audit queries on accountability issues. You don't show up, and then it's supposed to be a normal thing. Like, what are you showing other governors? That even under CC, kumbe hata sisi tunaweza abscond too.
Yes.
Meaning, let no one not take their work seriously.
Right.
Because the Senate was formed to be a watchdog, first of all, to be a watchdog of the county, but also to defend devolution.
Yeah.
Defending devolution means if a governor is doing well, that governor needs to be protected. Because we voted for devolution because we need a service that's closer to the people. And so, if a governor is doing well, Senate should need to defend that governor as he impeached by MCAs, because it means our dream of devolution is actually actualized.
Right.
But if a governor bana anachukua kazi yake kama ni kazi ya mchezo, boss bana, that person, I'm not giving a Senate ideas, but I'm just saying, according to me, there has to be a penalty to pay for not taking your work seriously.
Right.
Because I know I take my work seriously.
Right.
And everyone should take their work seriously.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you've seen how he's responded to some of the challenges to the high-rise buildings, like Jerotich says.
Yes.
Also does the Lord's work online, such as yourself.
Yeah.
I mean, what's your reaction to that kind of... Because you're saying if he doesn't take the enormity of his office, but the way he responds to some of the challenges based on his leadership, he comes back. It's almost like responding to a housefly with a nyundo.
Yeah, with a nyundo. So you see, this is how I see Jerotich says concern. Because Jerotich says, the problem in this country, we personalize issues.
Yes.
So for example, the governor of Nairobi thinks that it is Jerotich Sei who is only concerned about that issue about high-rise apartment blocks.
Right.
It is not her. It is everyone. But only because we know Jerotich Sei, because she has decided not to live in fear. She decided to confront the issue. But if you went to those estates where those issues are coming up and you speak to the normal residents who are happy, they're all concerned.
Yes.
So it needs, if the governor doesn't want to take Jerotich Sei's word as the people's word, then the discontent can only grow stronger.
Right.
Because I believe problems should be nipped in the bud. Mtu akikuja kuambia by the way kuna pile of garbage hapa kwa hiyo nini yangu, si ulete watu wa nje wa collect, then you start saying ati Oguda pia na complainingi sana bwana yetu tumemzoea. Then before you know it, the garbage keep piling.
Yes.
Then one estate becomes 2 estates, garbage, 3 estates, 4 estates. Before you know it, the whole city is in dire straits, right?
Right.
And so, if I was the governor, I will take people who criticize me seriously because they are the person telling me to do better. There are people who are concerned about me because I'm sure he wants a second term, I don't know.
Yes.
Maybe he doesn't want, I don't know. But I'm imagining if you really, because he applied for a job and he wanted to do the job.
Sema lazima iwork.
Yeah. Lazima iwork. Like what are the, like siata angesema ati lazima inyeshe. Ama like yeah because the hashtag that tag needs to anafaa kuja na tag nyingine bwana. It is not what you say.
Yes.
Mark. It is what you do.
True.
It's like, honor. We know lazima iwork was a campaign tool, right?
Yes.
Sasa umepewa kazi bana. Please make it a reality.
Right.
I mean, what I don't want is people living in a state where you can't tell people in power the things they do wrong ati because umeogopa. Sasa kwani wewe Mark, wewe ukiogopa saa hii familia yako waogope, your next door neighbor waogope, kila mtu waogope. Kwani tuko kwa communist state bana?
Hauogopi lakini?
No bana, no. But you will all lie one day. But unaweza ogopa saa hii ati usishikwe, you don't do it, then hapo chini you get knocked down by a bus. Yeah, I'm serious.
Yes.
No, but of course.
I mean, you talk to the president himself in terms of your tweets, and there's one that was really a lengthy one. I'll just read a bit of it. And you speak directly to the president. You speak to power directly. Ni kama watu wengine wanaweza uliza, kwani huyu jamaa hana heshima? And this one was, I just want to get to it because, bwana, you tweet a lot, eh? This is your space.
Bana, me, Bana, you will not gag me, Bana. I refuse to be gagged.
First of all, there's the issue of, as I look for that particular tweet, there's the issue of the health crisis with the strike.
Yeah.
And now the government has said, and is asking the doctors to live within, that we have to live within our means. And you even tweeted about this, and it's interesting how you've picked on this issue. Ni kama mmeketi chini na madaktari mkakubaliana Gabriel atatusaidia.
No.
Because you've really been consistent with the message. You are following through, giving the updates and saying what needs to be done. And you even here, you have contrasted it with the priorities of the government.
Yeah.
In this particular tweet, the person telling doctors to live within their means spent 3 billion shillings on domestic travel within 3 months of assuming office. Hii Kenya ina upungufu ya wajinga, my friend.
Yeah.
So you actually used your words against. What goes through your mind as do you plan this? Mnaketi chini, mnapanga na watu ama how do you go
when I come up with the content, especially with this one?
Yes.
No, what people don't know is me, I am a trained researcher.
Yes.
If there's information out there, I will get it for you. In fact, Mary used to tell me, one of the things I think Mary liked me was because whenever we were writing reports, there's a section called literature review. You have to justify whenever we were writing proposals, you had to justify why this project deserves the funding you're asking for. So I discovered KMPDU, the Kenya Medical Practitioners and Dentists Union, the Kenya Medical Practitioners, Pharmacists and Dentists Union, are not politicians.
Yes.
You know, a strike is a political tool to get the attention of the people in power.
Yes.
But for a strike to be effective, you need people to rally around it.
Yes.
So that it becomes a public issue, right? And so I discovered these doctors, these medics, these pharmacists, these dentists, work on a genuine concerns.
Yes.
They signed a deal with government, and the government has reneged on their deal. And so, how? Because their concern, the pay issue is not a doctor's issue alone.
Yes.
But I'm sure even you, people at the workplace want a pay increase.
Yes.
Right? And so, I started following those accounts that are officials.
Yes.
Because these guys are doctors. Don't forget, Bana, these guys are politicians. In fact, I give them credit for mobilizing those large crowds. They don't know how to do it.
Yes.
They're doing it out of good heart. Like, they really want government to help. Right? And so, I decided, what is my little contribution to this issue, so that the public can see the need for them to support the doctors in this quest.
Right.
Yeah. So, because I have a platform where I can amplify their concerns, what I do every day, I go to their handles. Dr. Abi Mwachi, KMPDU Chair, Dr. Davdi Bimji Atela, the Secretary General, and the Deputy, Dr. Miskela. Because, you know, wow, wakiandika barua dear members, ati we are, anaandika barua to their members, na kuna followers kama say 10K.
Yes.
And the strike is tomorrow.
Yes.
So, before kila mtu ajue kuna strike, imeshafanyika.
Yes.
So what do? I go to the handles, I pick those letters, and then I use my page to amplify them. Because, by the way, everything I do on my Nini is, I believe in those causes. I'm honest with you. I don't do things for money.
You're not paid to.
Boss, Bana. Boss, have you paid me to come here?
No, not at all.
Bana, I've even come with my money, Bana. And we didn't even discuss money.
Yes.
I am telling you.
Yes.
But you know, Mark, you don't get to be paid for supporting a cause that is genuine, a cause that deserves. In fact, in the US, politicians have this thing called political action committees, PACs.
Yes.
With these political parties where guys called super PACs can contribute money towards political campaigns.
Right.
Right? In Kenya here, we have no PACs. So what do we have? We have people who mean well for you, for your campaign genuinely. But because you don't have money, because missing a pesa, how do you help them? It's by amplifying their voices.
Right.
Because I believe in their cause. But me, I will die with those guys, Bana. I will die with, but that cause is genuine.
Yes.
I don't, Bana, you can fault my language. I don't mind. You know, when you accuse me of being reckless, being disrespectful, hii issue ya wazee, respect was a colonial term that was being used by colonialists.
Yes.
Kukanyagia watu wa chini. As we to oppress the people. I don't like that word respect. Why should I? You need to, Mark, for me to respect you, you need to justify to me why I should respect you. Right. I'm honest. I need, if I don't have any incentive to respect you, boss, I will not respect you, despite who you are. Right. Boss Bana, listen, my father is older than the president, right? Now my father mina mwambenga ukweli, he's still alive. Sasa kwa nini nisiambie mtu mwenye who's younger than him ukweli?
And you were to tell us, when did it start for you?
For the big break, where I realized that I need to support lost causes. Yes. So I guess what you're asking me is, when did I convert my social media into a public campaign platform? Yes. Right? So I joined Twitter in 2013. At that time, I didn't graduate to Norway. And because I used to live in Norway, and when I lived in Norway, I tasted a better life. Achana ile yangu ya miwani ile kidogo tu ile ya kuonjeshwa. Ile nilionjesha ile ilikuwa ni sosa. Ile unaonjeshwa tu. Unajua when you go to buy cologne, kuna ile ya demo. Unafanya hivi ati inakaa hivi. Sasa miwani ilikuwa demo before my father was fired. Now Norway, was the real cause. You know, I lived in a country where systems work. Mark. Like, you could go to the train station, ukuna lectures at 3, you can book a train ticket. Na itafika 1 minute before the lecture, na umebook 2 days in advance. Lecture yako ni Monday morning, una book train ticket Friday evening, na hiyo train ticket nasema hii train ticket iko na stops. Fantoft, Biban, and hivyo mpaka ufike Bergen City Center. Yes. Then you time yourself, I'll walk for 5 minutes nikiingia kwa class. Boss, you can time yourself in Norway.
Yes.
Hata mambo ya payment. Me, I never saw my landlord all those years. Nalipwa pesa na gava ya Norway. I pay my landlord online, my credit card.
Yes.
And so, I've lived in a country where systems work like clockwork.
Right.
Me, I've never seen a blackout in Norway for the entire time I was there. Blackout, hata 1 second. Hakuna. Because their system works.
Yes.
People take responsibility for those small things.
Yes.
Sasa here in Kenya, unakuja, unaingia Ronangala Street, kumenyesha, you have to hop, step and jump kwa Crater Lakes hapo, ndio uingie kwa matatu yenye kila mtu anataka kuingia because it's rush hour and that's the only bus around.
Yes.
Bana kuna mtu alichapanga kumbo bana hapo kwa nini? Hapo Ronangala, bana I will never forget. Those times I lived in Umoja. Hapo kumbo bana Umoina bana. They had just come from Norway. So me I'm like, good life. Me have tasted good life. Sasa, you know me I'm used to going to line up kwa bus station.
Yes.
Na chukua ticket. Sasa, so, you know, sija rewire my brain back to Kenya, to reality. So one day bana, kunanyesha niko na umbrella. Na tunangoja Umoina bana ikuje. Na ni boom 12 bana, noise. Ati unajenga hizo vitu zimeandikwa no calls, just SMS. Hapo yes. Ndani ya matatu. Because ukicall bana niko kwa matatu. So I tested yes. How systems can work, Mark.
Yes.
And you know when these people campaign,
yeah.
They campaign on those lofty promises wameona maju.
Yes.
So me I believe those things and I can't fault these hustlers who vote for them because they believe
yes.
These guys have seen better.
Yeah.
But these politicians go to Europe every time for benchmarking. What do they benchmark? Kwani bench ni hii bench unakaa hapa hii bench. Kwani hiyo benchmarking hiyo kumark bench ya Mudhurwa. Sio benchmarking ni ile ya maju bana.
Yes.
I believe if the public is paying for your airfare to go to benchmark on how transport can be seamless in Nairobi, yeah. Boss, you need to prove to you know kitambo when I used to work with Mary in the NGO world.
Yeah.
In the NGO world, Mark, if the NGO sponsors you to go to a conference, hata kama ni 1 day, yeah. You come back with a report. I'm telling you, unaandika, I went to this meeting. There's a side event called this and this. Like if you go to I used to run a non-communicable diseases program, prevention program. So one day I went to Sharjah, huko. You know the United Arab Emirates? People know Dubai. Dubai is not a country. The country is called UAE.
Yes.
United Arab Emirates. The Emirates are like provinces. There are 7. You know, Dubai and those others. So, one day I went to Sharjah and I didn't write a report. I forgot. You know, I was almost fired, ban.
Yes.
This is Sharjah. This is me in Sharjah. Yes. But Sharjah is nice, ban. They actually have a direct flight from JKI to Sharjah.
Watu wajui hiyo sana.
Yeah, bana Sharjah. Bana unasemanga Dubai. Me I can be the tourism minister for Sharjah, bana. I love Sharjah more. Aina kelele mingi ya Dubai.
Yes.
But so I went to an NCD conference in Sharjah. I forgot to write my report. Mary almost fired me, bana. Because we are investing in you. You need to justify this investment. If you are going to a benchmarking trip in Norway or in Sweden, ya kufanya transport ya Nairobi kuwe seamless, yes. Na hujatuandikia report, you need to be accountable to the public.
Right.
Why this benchmarking trip was important to them. Because if you can't justify it, Mark, there was no need for us to invest in. You need to return for us the money.
Not just to take pictures and say.
No, me I believe in accountability.
Deliberations.
Yeah. By the Mark, if you gave me money today, I need to justify why you've given me that money.
Yes.
This is something I learned from my parents.
Right.
Hakuna pesa ya bure. And that's why I want people to know that there's a world outside there, for those who have never traveled outside Kenya or outside their villages. There's a world outside there that runs so seamlessly. People don't even need the need to have a social media to criticize government. Because they see government every day in their lives.
Yeah.
And government works for them. But when I was in Norway, my vice chancellor at the university, tulikuwa na kwa train. Tukienda home. Because she was a woman. She doesn't need the reason to have bodyguards ama security.
Yes.
Because hajakosea mtu, anafanya kazi, anapoka pesa anatumia vizuri. I'm telling you, so, people are afraid of the government the government officials are afraid of criticism because they know wanafanya vitu mbaya.
Right.
Bana kama unafanya kitu nzuri, bana no one will be interested in your life.
Right.
That's why I tell you, I'm not afraid. Because I've never seen to anyone, mimi siko wash. Me, I don't sell fake gold, bana padlock ati una grind your tricycle. Ile ya box ya high school bana. Tunaweka lafu. People complicate life for nothing, Mark. Life is supposed to be easy.
Yes.
But I come from the school of thought that life was supposed to be simple.
Right.
Simple life. Ile yenye, I give government taxes, they give me services. Simple life. I don't need to ask government, again, tilikupatia pesa yangu. Kwani unaifanyia nini? No. I already gave you my money.
Right.
So, where are the services?
So 2013, will you join Twitter?
So I joined Twitter in 2013,
yes.
And I discovered a lot of things are happening vitu mbaya. I need to talk about because most of these things are just my experiences. Because me, I don't keep quiet. My father has 20 children, 21. Moja alikufa last year, but 20 now. So I grew up in a polygamous family where, Mark, somebody can forget you're in this house. Because tuko wengi. Tuko 20. Chakula, ni ile iko kwa plate, kama huko, hakuna food umelala njaa. Unaona ile woodpecker inafanyanga tick tell in the law call it tell. Tell. The way the woodpecker collects the thing and chapa. We were like woodpeckers. You go 2 rounds, it's gone. So we fight for your space. Yeah, we were born to fight for our spaces. Us. I'm telling you, but honor, people don't know. My father will forget he has a child called Gabriel. Kuna time, this is funny. Kuna time, one of my siblings tuko high school wengi.
Yeah.
So one of my siblings alifukuzwa shule. Right? Si anaenda kwa Mbuyu, analiza Mbuyu. Ati Mbuyu ni aje, nimefukuzwa shule nataka school fees. So Mbuyu told him bana. Sasa, ona hii list yote ya watoto wangu wamefukuzwa school fees. Hebu pick your token number. Token number, go to teller number 3. So my father got teller number 3, and I pick token number. So one day, kuna strike in Nyabondo High School. By the way, there's a famous strike in Nyabondo High School, 99.
Yes.
My brother Jairus was in school then, Nyabondo. Bana, watu walihantiwa down kutoka shule, usiku na manao karao. My brother came home akitembea, because ukishika unajua, wanasema wewe ni ringleader na utafukuzwa shule.
Yeah.
So because unahepa, my father walked from Nyabondo in Nyakach up the hill to Seme. Alifika home in 3 days bana. Amechaka bana. When my father saw him, my father is this guy because he's seen life, so anakuangalia tu. So then he asks you, how are you looking like this? Kulikuwa na strike na shule imefungwa, so tumeambiwa tukuje home. Wewe, siku hizi umekuwa mjanja, mjuaji unafanya strike. Juu umependa mchezo, umenisaidia sana. Kwa sababu hata school fees sikuwa nayo. Sasa hutaki shule, uchukua jembe. To the farm. Yani my father, on the slightest excuse for not to pay fees.
Yes.
Umemsaidia bana, wewe enda bana. Attrition. So, best behavior, because then you can't even cough. Kama anakupatia lecture. Oi, who is that coughing? Wewe, we are coughing. Ulisema kuna reas. Wewe utalipiwa. Because you coughed. So me, yeah. we grew up standing up for ourselves.
Right.
Very early.
Right.
That's why I tell you, I'm not afraid of the things I say, because I believe in those things I say. And if there are consequences to pay for them, and there have been consequences. Me, I used to work in the NGO world. Boss Banner. For as late as 2022, I was in Poland for the World Urban Forum with UN Habitat.
Right.
Yeah, there are people who know me. There are people who know you personally.
Yes.
For what I do. That's why I don't like telling people what I do. I like people, watch out, say mimi ni blogger bana, mimi niko sawa. Because I know me bana. There are people who know me. So there are people who've refused to give me work because of the things they see on my social media. I'm okay with it, Mark bana. I'm honest with you. Because Mark, I used to read a book called Dude, Where's My Country by Michael Moore. Michael Moore is very, very, very influential and influencer huko US. Michael Moore used to criticize the Iraq war. He's very knowledgeable about global policy and how the US handles. So Michael Moore says in one of the paragraphs, I will never forget, he says, the world is fixed in a way that not all of us will be rich. Like boss, the way you struggle thinking, ati mimi biya siku moja nitaomoka. Boss, it will never come. this is breaking news, public service announcement. So you need to define your kuomoka.
Yes.
Me, I have limits to my ambitions. Boss bana. Me, there are things, jobs nikipewa mi siwezi fanya. For example, I don't think I can be the president of Kenya because I don't think I can be elected. Doesn't mean I don't want to be a politician.
You wouldn't want to assume office, even MP, senator?
Boss bana. You see, Mark, let me tell you. Okay.
Because you are a leader in your own.
No, there are different things here. You know, I will never subject myself to the rigorous process of to the rigorous process of looking for votes. Yet I know, in a normal working society, Mark, it's people should be demanding for good leaders. Like, people should be telling Ruto, by the way, vile umekataa kutufanya promises ulitupatia, si basi tukupatie mtu mwingine akusaidie kazi. Like, but our system is designed in a way that the good people are the one who are out. Yeah, boss, I don't think politics I'm meant for politics. Like the real kutusiana na watu ati me, I go to campaigns. Me, I'm politically conscious. So I take it upon myself to watch political rallies, what people say. So I can never be in a space where I have to beg people to vote for me. Yet, bana, they see for themselves. A voter, like I told you, a voter should be an adult of sound mind.
Yes.
You should be in a position to even beg the good people to run for office. There are a lot of people who are good people out here now wameogopa politics because of the way we handle our politics.
Such as yourself.
So for me, I don't want to be in a situation where, and then our politics is very expensive. It is a lot of money.
Yes.
I don't think with the little money I have, me, all my money I have earned it. Me, bana, there's no money nimeenda kwa wash ama nimelaunda where. Me, my money, I can account for every money I have.
Right.
It's my sweat. Boss, I will never invest my sweat in politics. Because I know if I lose, nirudi Kibera bona. Ama nirudi Miwani. Ama nirudi Iseme. There are people who now need me.
Yes.
And as the provider, I need to live up to that responsibility. Right? So me, I can't waste my money on campaigning.
So you've mentioned consequences. You've mentioned some people not wanting to give you jobs based on what you do online. Because of your push against the leadership and establishment in terms of holding them accountable.
Yeah.
Has there been a threat to your life directly?
Me? No. Hata ile ati watu wanatumiwa kisu kwa inbox. Bana. Bana, kwani tumie tu. You see, Mark, si kisu ni kisu. See, you have a kisu in your kitchen.
Yes.
See, boss, bana. But Mark, let me tell you. In fact, the higher the threats, the better for me. You know why? Tom Mboya died at 39 years old. 39 years, Mark, Thomas Joseph Mboya, TJ Mboya, died at 39 years old. We're still talking about Mboya in 2024.
Right.
The guy died in 1969, before everyone here in this room was born. 39. By 39, the guy had met Martin Luther King Jr., was addressing civil rights movements in the US.
Yes.
Public podium. The guy was organizing airlifts for wakina Wangari Maathai, wakina Barack Obama Sr. Went through airlifts za Mboya. The guy met JF Kennedy. The president of the United States met Mboya when the guy was in the early 30s. So Mark, what is the essence of living? What is your purpose in life? For me, you have to define what is your purpose.
Yes.
Once you've defined your purpose, it will not care how many years you've lived. Because we will all die one day anyway. Unataka kudai ukiwa 100 years and people don't know you. So why were you living? Sibazi hata tungekuwa tu ukiwa 1 year old. I'm not advocating for infanticide, but I'm just asking, what is your purpose in life? If you can't add value to humanity, why are you here?
Hakuna wakati Mary, your lady, your wife, your family, bro, Dorothy, says, wanasema, baba, teramos.
No.
Hapo umekuja sana.
So you see, okay, so maybe my wife, but maybe she's concerned, I don't know.
Yes.
So me, she know, Mark, when you want to marry, where's the camera? When you want to marry people who understand you.
Yes.
Right? Marry people who know the consequences of the thing you are doing. Even what was mabibi. But in fact, me, I ask myself, it is much more threatening, much more life-threatening to be a wash guy than to be a political activist.
Yes.
Because mtu wa wash but mpaka tembea na bunduki, akona security, sijui. What are those for? The guy doesn't even live in peace.
Right.
So, I'm even worried. You should be worried for other people who also work in the security sector. For example, people who are in harm's way all the time.
Yes.
Me, if my wife is ever worried, she's never told me. And I think because she knows me. You know, don't forget, I've lived with my wife now because I met her in 2010.
Yes.
2010. We, boss banner, breaking news. I've been married since 2010. Yeah. And she's never left me. So I believe she has reasons why she's still with me.
Yes.
Yeah. So she's never really been open about being concerned about my life. Because me, she knows me. I've already, listen, everything I do, my wife knows the consequences. My wife went to school. But you know, mimi nilienda kwa schools mbaya mbaya. My wife went to good schools. But between me and my wife, I'm the poorer. Unaona wale watu wenyewe, ukiongelesha vibaya wanaweza decide, ama niache huyu jamaa, juu hata, why am I here?
She can do that.
Yeah, she can do that if she wanted to. Because, bana, they are not poor people at their home.
Yes.
Boss, bana. My wife is aristocracy, bana. I'm telling you. They're not poor people.
Yes.
Mimi ndo nimemfanya kuwe poor. So, by the fact that bana amejaribu kukana mimi.
Hakuna message umaipata kwa simu, kwa inbox, tutakukujia.
Yeah, so mimi, I'm not saying wanikujie.
Umaipata message?
No, I'm not going to say whether I got or not, but I'm just saying, me, I will live my life the way God designed it for me.
Yes.
But then, Mark, me, there are people who are optimists. There are people who are, me, I consider myself a fatalist. Fatalists are people who believe in fate.
Yes.
This is my fate. Like, unajua, God ordained me. This will be my fate. Like, you know the way God gives you gifts?
Yes.
Gift yangu ni kuandika. It's the same way God can give you through the gift, your fate will be determined by that gift. So me, I believe everything that happens to me happens for a reason. And if that day will come when I will die, because all of us will die, but it is everyone's fate to die, man. So how you'll die is what you don't know. So me, I welcome God's decision to retire me from active service when the time comes. I'll take it with both hands. I go and retire bana with St. Peter and Paul in heaven bana, tuki MacBook ya watu wenye wanaingia bana. Na mtu mwenye ataniua bana, sintangoja hapo kwa gate ya heaven bana. Nimwambie boss bana, sasa wewe ulikuwa unafanya nini huko na ulidhani hutakufa? Si sasa tuko hapa sisi wote. Wewe kaa pale kwa hell bana, uchomeke kidogo. You know?
Sawa. So, wogopi, hakuna threat?
It's not kuogopa.
What would you tell those? Because kuna wale there's a notion about KOT.
Yeah.
Kuna watu wanapenda they're armchair experts.
Yeah.
Piga kelele wanakuchocha wewe.
Yeah.
They come behind your tweets to push forward. But do you believe, your message to KOT and what they can do with their platform? Yeah, it's now called Cox, Kenyans on X. Cox. Kenyans on X.
So you see, even me, I'm a Kenyan on X. Don't forget that for me to have those amount of followers now,
yes,
there are people who believed in what I was doing, right? And so for me, I believe in everyone. You see, Twitter is like a market. Twitter is, in fact, Twitter is the sound birds make in the forest. Tweet, tweet, tweet. So when a bird makes a sound, it's called a tweet. So that's why the original symbol for Twitter was a bird before this guy came and then changed the symbol. Yes. So what do I tell Kenyans on X? What I tell them, mimi sitawaambia, I will not lecture. Boss, I don't need to lecture you on why. Everyone knows why they joined Twitter. Everyone knows why they joined Facebook. Because there are guys who don't have social media accounts.
Yes.
Na wako tu sawa. So wewe, ukiwa online, you know why you joined. My mother always said, there's this phrase my mother is fond of saying, ananiambianga, dano enja kwa chunye, like is that the Luo word of saying, every person is the shepherd of their own soul. Right? And so, what that means is, you need to determine you are the one who determines the direction you want to take in life.
Yeah.
And so I believe every action that you do, whether online or offline, adds up to the trajectory your career will take, your trajectory your life as a general will take. If you hang around drug dealers, you'll be a drug baron. And I'm sure there are guys on Twitter bana who are drug dealers lakini hatuwajui. Wako tu, wao pia ni KOT tu. Na wako tu wamenyamaza. So mimi, on the subject ya kunichocha, I don't call it kunichocha. Me, I don't believe watu wananichocha. Because me, I don't believe in the hype. By the way, me, Mark, I don't suffer from attention deficit. Because me, I was loved when I was young, man. Like, you know, every closing day in primary school, I used to be number one in my class.
Yeah.
Like Like when it came for the teacher to say the name of the number one in my class, he will pause for the school to say my name. Like I used to get encores every time. I'm telling you, like boss, I don't have attention deficit, but me, I was loved when I was young, but like I'm still loved up to now. So
yes.
Me, I don't do things that you want on church because I don't like attention. That's why people don't know what I do for a living.
Yeah.
That's why people don't know the kind of gigs I do. I'm having fun online. In fact, actually, I tell people, me, social media is supposed to be social.
But what do you tell others who can also use that platform?
What I can tell them that social media depends on how you use it. If you know what you want, if you use it well, you'll get good things. If you don't use it well, you will not get good things.
Yeah.
So meaning that I believe the reason why you called me to this podcast is because I've been using my social media well.
Very much so.
Yeah. But if there are people who don't use their social media well, see what they reap what they sow.
Right.
Yeah. So I don't believe in telling people what they need to do. But kila mtu anajua why they join social media. But I always believe also, that's why I don't use pseudonyms. By the way, I have only one account on Twitter.
Yes.
I'm telling you, breaking news also. I have only one account. I don't believe in hiding behind things to say people things.
Yes.
Mark Bana, if I have a problem with you, I will tell you.
Direct.
If that is the reason why you'll fire me, Bana, I'll gladly take my firing letter, Bana, give it to me.
Yes.
Bana, you will not die, Mark. I'm telling you, what do not go for nothing? So I don't believe in having these pseudo accounts at Jemo wa kupupu, Jemo wa what? What are those things? Ati we Oguda bana we. I'm telling you, mimi nataka uniongeleshe na jina yako ya ukweli. Ndio najua naongea na nani. Then I will engage you. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, me I don't engage bots. I don't engage people who are cowards because I don't see the reason why people should hide behind pseudonyms.
Yes.
Because if you don't want to say it, don't say it. Yeah.
But what you've actually captured is the power of the social media. Na umeisema sababu you are a voice. People will listen to you. You're an opinion shaper.
Yeah.
People will listen to you, will follow you.
Yeah.
You have an audience.
Yeah.
That's why we say social media has given you and many other people a platform.
Yeah.
And I think you're also selling and empowering others. You're selling hope and empowering others who feel, what can I do?
Yeah.
Because you might be an accountant, you might be an architect, but based on their knowledge, based on your research expertise, you are able to get information. If it's out there, you will get it.
Okay, yeah.
And you'll use it to build your argument.
Yeah, correct.
And hold the power to account.
So yes, that's very important. But that's a very important point.
Yes.
You know, until I discovered that hakuna kitu yenye iko huko nje huwezi pata. That's the day I discovered the power of the internet. That in countries where records are kept for public use, you don't need to go to a library. Mark, my master's thesis is still on the website of the University of Bergen. Mpaka saa hii. Like you can read it. Like I did not fake it. There are people out here who wanasemanga wameenda shule, ukumuuliza walisoma nini ama hebu tuambie thesis yako ni nini, hawezi sema because hawakwenda shule ya ukweli. So they did not do it. So there's something in law called earning money by false pretense. I see it in this banking fraud.
Yes.
Ati nimekuda. That's why I think these politicians were UDA bana. They should be charged for earning office by false pretense. Yeah, because they pretended to be our savior. They are not.
Yes.
So I don't earn money by false pretense. So if you use the social media, the power of the internet is that it gives you what you give it.
Right.
There are Kenyans on Twitter who subscribe to my message because that's the energy they want.
Right.
That's the energy they're looking for. Right? Because no Kitambo, there used to be the civil society space Kitambo used to be very vibrant. But the 2020 constitution is a product of the civil society movement.
Yes.
Boss ban. Like Wakina Feroze, no Wiji, no Woji. You know, those guys I used to see Wakina Demombai who was killed, like Wakina Willy Mutunga bana. The civil society used to have powerful voices, people who are incorruptible, people Wakina John Githongo. Githongo even resigned because he couldn't do the job because you've read the book, It's Our Turn to Eat by Michelle Arong. Now, civil society is no longer what it used to be, Mark.
How would you rate it, by the way?
No, I mean...
Scale of 1 to 10.
1 being highest or lowest?
1 being lowest, 10 being highest, in terms of how they're doing today.
I'll give them a 5.
A 5.
Hawako tu. You know 5, I was talking to my daughter yesterday wameleta results ati kuna siku hizi kuna exceeding expectations, meeting expectations. You know, like boss, what happened to Max? ati if you are given, because my daughter plays piano.
Yes.
Unapewa piano ya nini una nini ati exceeded. What is that?
Yes.
You know, we can't really. So I think the civil society movement is, I think they gave up on the country. Right. If you ask me. And but they generally, Mark, people have given up on Kenya.
What of the opposition? Would you say the same about
opposition?
Opposition, yeah.
The opposition in terms of political opposition?
In Kenya.
Did they give
up? Because people will ask, it's quite quiet.
Yeah.
They are not the vibrant opposition that was.
No, we need to cut. I cut. That's why I gave the civil society organizations 5.
5. Because
in an environment where there's a constant attack on our independent institutions, there's nothing much the civil society can do or the opposition can do.
Okay.
Look for it. Let me give you a typical example. Look at Senegal, who have just elected their president who's 44 years old. Huyu jamaa ametoka jela. Like the president of Senegal, the outgoing one, deliberately put all his opponents who were threat to him in jail because he has a candidate who has to win by all means, right? But the public said, boss, it doesn't matter, you can jail us all, right? You can jail us all if you want, but ni hao ndo tunataka. Because wewe unatupotosha bwana. And their institution said, we are standing with the public.
Yeah.
They even went to their court. Wakasema, yeah, we are standing with the public. The constitution says this, you can't abrogate it, you know. And so, in an environment where, in our country, where there's a constant attack on our independent institutions, who are supposed to be our guardrails,
yes,
for democracy to be what it is. Because Kenya, we say we are democracy. I don't think we are. We are democracy by name. But there's no democracy here, honor. Just the other day, the Orange Democratic Movement were addressing the media and accusing the government of not releasing the political parties' fund for them to run their political party. You know, this is public money. You want to silence the opposition by not giving it funds so that atukui na chungwa house or chungwa house wasikuwa employed. You know, when you go for month without a salary, you shut shop.
Right.
Or you stop doing your work, you go uenda ufanye mjengo. So tunataka kila mtu aende afanye mjengo. Right? So you see, your question is answered that way, that in an environment where there's a constant attack on our independent institutions, there's no other institution which can hold their own in the absence of another, because we need help. The judiciary needs help from parliament, right?
Yes.
Parliament needs help from civil society. Civil society needs help from right-thinking Kenyans. Because for you to form a mass movement or people who are politically conscious, who do not like bad things happening, we need to have solidarity.
Right.
It doesn't matter whether it's political solidarity or civil society solidarity. Solidarity is what we need. People need to come together and say, you can jail us all, but listen, boss, we know what is best for us. And we will go for what is best for us. We are okay being in jail, Bana. You do your thing. You get?
You speak very strongly against the power that is the president right now. What would you say your critique or observation of Raila Odinga, the leader of opposition? Has he failed Kenyans?
Has he failed? I think Kenyans have failed him. In my view, that's my view. I think Kenyans have failed him. Boss Bana, Mark, kama mimi, siwezi run for election hata once. Because naogopa nikilose, pesa yangu yote itakuwa imeenda kwa down the drain, na familia yangu itarudi nyumbani bila chakula. Right? This guy has run for elections 5 times, Bana. And let me tell you, me, like I told you, if I believe in your cause, I support it 100%. I don't keep quiet about it.
Yes.
Because everyone has a political choice to make every 5 years. Raila Odinga has run for elections 5 times. Mark. Hata wewe Mark unaweza choka bwana. I'm telling you, I'm saying, I don't know whether I am a choker, but I'm just saying, I think Kenyans are the ones who failed him. I think Kenyans have failed him. I haven't failed him. I've been voting for him. So siko hapo. Hapo nimejitoa. Watu wenye wamemfeli wanajijua.
As we wind up, you said earlier that you really read political situations keenly.
Yeah.
Would you say amesalimu amri, or is now giving up by pursuing the AU chairmanship? Would you say that?
I don't know so this is how I'll answer. By the way, Mark, I don't know Raila very well. I'm honest with you.
Okay.
Like, you know, people think that if you've taken a photo...
You have tea with him.
No. Listen, me, by the way, Mark, even me with you, saizi nikipiga picha na wewe, I still don't know you very well.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's true.
So to answer the question of where Raila Odinga's mind is with regards to the choice he has made, the day Raila will appear on the ballot, right? Kama hiyo ni ballot, kama mimi ni president wa Africa na tunapigia African Union Commission chair, mimi nitampigia kura. Because I read books. You know me, I'm politically conscious. I started being politically conscious in primary school. I read books. I know the struggle this country has gone through to even have us speak about these things here live on camera like this. But there used to be a time, Mark, when we couldn't even meet, me and you.
It's true.
People were criticizing government. Kuna watu special branch hapo chini bana, siku hizi wanajiita sijui nini. Wangekuwa hapo chini wanatungojea bana. Alafu wanatupeleka in unmarked buildings ati wasa wanatutosha. Why you torturing bana? Why would somebody torture a human being? Like, you know, me, I don't understand how people reason. Like, sasa ndio ugeni nini? Like, so you see, there are days when we couldn't have a political discussions like this.
Yes.
Saizi, we have. Now, me, I don't want to go back there. So me, anyone who has ever contributed towards the expansion of our democratic space, whoever they are, hata kama ni wewe Mark, mimi nitakupigia kura.
Right.
I'm telling you, you don't even need to be Raila Odinga.
Yes.
So, I don't know what is in his mind, but I'm just saying, if ever Raila Odinga appears on the ballot paper, anywhere, hata kama ni chair of the Cattle Dip Committee ya Kolenyo, mimi nitamvotia. Because I know, I've read his story, na historia yake si ajaba, ya watu wa UDA. I'm telling you. So me, any ballot paper that iko na Raila bana, hata bana eyes closed bana, I take it. Because I trust him with my life. He can take care of my family.
Yes.
I am telling you, because he has street cred bana. Amefanya hizi vitu, you can see it.
Yeah.
For those who can't see it, I mean bana, me I can only wish them well. But because me I see it.
If you were sitting across from him, and I'm sure he will see this clip, that
Yeah.
is Raila Odinga,
Yeah.
the leader of opposition.
Yeah.
Would you tell him, as some have read it, as the government's way of hoodwinking him
Yeah.
by supporting his candidature to
Yeah.
AU chairmanship?
Yeah.
As a brother,
Yeah.
would you tell him, what truth would you tell him?
What truth do I tell? You know, Raila is like my father because,
Yeah.
by the way, my father was also born in 1945, just like Raila Odinga. So me, when I call him Baba, he's actually the age mate. You know, when we were growing up, all your age mates were referred to the same title, out of respect.
Okay.
So, to answer your question, what will I tell Raila Odinga about whether the government is playing with him or not?
You can speak.
Oh yeah, I mean, this is what I believe. The way the government trusts you to make the right choices, because you're an adult of sound mind when you get to the ballot, is the same way I trust, like even Raila Odinga, every decision he makes them out of his sound mind. So, you know, it's upon the people. If you say the government is hoodwinking him, you know, Mark, I have no control what you do to me. You know, if you're coming with my malicious intent towards me,
Yeah.
I have no way of knowing.
Yeah.
That's why you see people complaining about this government, because they lied to hustlers. Now hustlers are up, kumbe mlikuwa mnatufunga macho. So me, I'll tell Raila, for as long as he's calm, every decision he makes them out of sound mind and with clean heart and with good conscience. The way he's done the decisions he's made. If the government decide to betray him, boss, he's done his best. Mark, I always believe if you do things with good intentions, Mark, whether watu wamekuosha, hiyo ni yao bana. They're the one who live with that guilt.
Yeah.
Wewe umeenda na roho safi. And that's why I believe in voting for people
Yes.
when you want to approach governance with roho safi.
Would you say it's time for Baba to pass the baton to the next leader of opposition?
Pass the baton aje bana. Mimi, ningekuwa in his place. Boss bana, there's no way out. But which baton? Mark, I've read our politics since I was born.
Yeah.
Our politics works like this. If you are this person who waits, like mtu utapewa kitu. Mimi, I gave you the example of me and my family pale tukiwa 2020. Unahudupeka mara mbili, chakula imeisha.
Yes.
Right? I was born, I believe, this is my personal opinion. I believe that I don't believe in entitlement. Like the politicians in this country who, every election here, they blackmail people. I come with 300,000 votes. If you don't make me a luminary or a chief co-principal, I'll go and join the other political side. Boss, I don't like politics of blackmail.
Yeah.
Right? Wewe ulienda politics kusaidia watu. Why are you talking about yourself?
Yeah.
I come with, why are you blackmailing people? So me, I don't believe in this issue of some people waiting for them to be given a baton. Mark, there's no baton, man. I approach politics the way I approach life. Because politics mirrors life. The day Raila Odinga will decide on a political decision based on his goodwill, that decision he will make, like me, I told you, every time he'll appear on the ballot, me, I'll vote for him.
Yes.
After akiwa 100 years old, but me, I'm honest with you, man. I will give him.
Yes.
But the day he decides that ataacha, whoever he will give, Mark, Mimi, I trust his decision on who he will give.
Yes.
Me, I will support that person.
Right.
No, because you know we are not politicians. You see the way our country is, politics, our country is run by politicians, and so you need a politician who has good intentions.
Yes.
So I trust Raila Odinga that the day he will hand over that baton, if at all he will do it, I will trust his judgment.
Even if he were to shake hands with the current president, William Ruto.
What is shaking hands? Mark.
Similar to what happened.
Mark, it's like saying, if today I went to shake hands with Ruto, me, because you guys accuse me. You know me, when I criticize Ruto, I don't hate the guy.
Yes.
This issue of handshake, people will take it, why are we fighting, Bana? Why should we fight? Me, I believe if there's a way in which we can help that's why I was telling you, if government can take feedback, there will be no critics, right?
Yeah.
And so, if it comes to a place where Ruto have seen, because me, I only believe Ruto can only shake hands with Raila when he's going down. When he sees bana, hey bana nimelemewa bana. If I don't seek for help, onanga ile picha ya help, mtu drown na kuna mkono hapo juu ya maji. I believe he can only shake hands with Raila when he's drowning.
Yes.
And that will mean that no one wants the country to drown. Me, I don't want my country to drown.
Yes.
I don't want, Mark. That's why I came back to Kenya. I don't want my country to drown. And so, I believe the day Ruto will shake hands with Raila is the day he will have discovered, kumbe hizi vitu tumekuwa tukiambiwa ni ya ukweli. Kumbe we are not doing well. Kumbe guys are struggling na tumekuwa tukiwatch too. Who are we? Unaona? So the day we shake hands with Raila, me, I will take it as a mark of the guy reaching out for help. I am drowning. Tafadhali nisaidie. And that's how me I interpreted handshake ya Uhuru na Raila. I saw it like Uhuru was drowning. He needed help to stabilize the country. Because Mark, I graduated in 2007. We were the last class to graduate before the post-election violence.
Yes.
I don't want a country to burn. Me, I don't want to burn my country.
Yes.
Because if you burn your country, you are dead.
Yep.
Who will be the ruler of the ashes? No one. Who wants to rule over the ashes? I don't know whether UDA wants to rule over ashes. Me, I don't know. But me, sitaki.
Hautaki.
So the day you will reach out, Mark, me, I'm telling you, I will believe that's the day that Ruto will have acknowledged that Kumbe is drowning and he needs help.
Yes.
And everyone can make do with help. Yeah, everyone needs help, Mark. Even you need help.
Yes.
The only difference between us, individuals and politicians, is politicians don't acknowledge that they need help until the day they are drowning.
Got you. So I want you to also now speak to the president directly. It's a message he will get, if not him, his handlers will get. Yeah. And give him, you say you like to speak the truth.
Yeah, me, yeah.
Mwambie Rais ukweli in the interest of not letting the country drown.
Yeah. Okay, so how should I call him, President Ruto?
You say, even as your tweet, you said, good morning, Dr. William.
Good morning, Dr. William Samoei. Oh, this is evening?
Yeah, you can say good evening.
You see, so I don't think I need to be official. Because
speak your mind.
Yeah, because when you're suffering, Bana, it doesn't matter how you communicate. So I think, Mr. President, if you're watching this, people are really struggling out here. And these things we raise on social media, we don't do them out of fun. And me, for as long as I remember, I've never been approached to be paid to do the things I do. I do these things because I believe in them. Man. This country can be better. We don't need to appear in churches to address people the way you want, simply because you're in a position of power and there's nothing they can do to you. Let's come back from our high horses and help our people. People are really struggling down here, and this is not cliche. It is the real situation of life. There are people who are sleeping hungry. I don't like poverty. I have lived it. I don't know about you, Mr. President, but you say you came from humble beginnings. You need to see it. If you can't show us how humble you are, right now, I mean, I don't think there's any other time you will show us. So please, take advantage of the position you've been given by God, because you keep telling us you've been given these positions by God. As if God even votes in elections. But we believe you, because I believe you, because I don't believe you are given the position by God. But because you claim you are given by God, please do the Lord's work. The Lord's work is not oppressing people. The Lord's work is not making light work of doctors' sufferings. The Lord's work is not watching when the education system is crumbling. Yeah, the Lord's work is not watching guys getting killed by bandits all over the country. People are dying daily. I hate to see mothers crying on TV, Banamakba. That thing really pains me.
Yes.
We might make fun out of it, but these are families that are... There's no one who deserves to die out of negligence of government. Mm-hmm. So you do your thing, Bana. You are the one on the throne. I hear they're calling you Mfalme. Let us see it. Kitambo, kings were supposed to be taking care of their subjects. I mean, if you are your subjects, Bana, we need to see you taking care of us. So that's my plea to you. Because you don't want to be remembered as the president who told people to go and eat cake because you are in a better position than them and you did not care when they were going down. Thank you.
Asante sana, and I'll just like to read as we wind up the numerous messages that have been as people were following this conversation on YouTube. In fact, this is one of the highest numbers in terms of people tuning in since we started. So that should tell you something.
How many are there?
Semi number of votes. This is, right now, it's 443 people watching live. The comments are quite a number. And I won't read all of them, but you'll be able to see them once we upload this. And we'll be cutting and editing some of the parts, especially the message directly to Baba, to Dr. William Samoei Ruto, the president, and also just to Kenyans, and to Mary, the person that you really...
I love Mary, man.
She did for you.
Bana,
we thank Mary.
Dr. Mary, I'm using Mungo. Let me also address you. You don't know the big break you gave me when you gave me a chance at your organization. If there's a God in heaven who watches over his people, I mean, let God protect you. I wish you long life. You deserve to mentor many more. Thank you so much for everything you did to me.
And asante sana to Madam Mary for the work she's done in his life, and now the work he's doing for many other lives. These actions speak and affect and impact thousands in the country. And if you didn't know, I'd like to tell you personally that we appreciate the work that you do in holding the power to account. And as you said, it's nothing personal. You don't hate anyone.
No.
You just speak the truth, and you want the best for this country. That is why you're still here. I'm sure you can get a visa. You can be in Norway. You can be anywhere else. You can be lending your brain to other spaces and countries. But you've chosen to stay here in Kenya, and we appreciate that. And some people here say, Peter Gatere says, Bwana Kolenyo massive in the house. Indeed, Prophet Elijah didn't ascend to heaven in a Subaru Outback. Kennedy Mwangi, this man has a lot to say, very relatable. Reyes Rioba, candid conversations with Mr. Oguda. And Patriotic Kenyan says, Kenyans love Gabriel Oguda. He's always doing God's work. And Pan-African, you may have missed this, Pan-African.nation, asking him about his cat Medusa. It's grandmother's cat Medusa, and he did speak about this at the very beginning. Yes, sir. Mosa, you say we will be there no matter what, and you have been based on the numbers that we're seeing here. Ask Oguda why he deleted his tweet after Baba lost.
Okay, let me answer. I know it will come. I knew it will come. So people say all of us were depressed when Baba lost.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't want to use depression because depression is a heavy word to use. But I was really in bad shape. I couldn't believe it. You know, Mark, when you have high hopes for your country and you see it getting dashed like that, it's a small part of you dies inside. So a small part of me died when Raila lost elections this time, because I believed that more than any other time, this was the time he was going to be. I would love a country where Raila would be president, but that, when you sit with Raila Odinga, Mark, I know you'll be in the media. That's the time you sat with Raila.
Yes.
I've sat with Raila Odinga. That guy is a marvel. You know the kind of things he tells you, like real stuff on how he sees and he says it out of his heart. Like, I say me because he's a politician. There are things politicians tell people in crowds. Then there are things somebody tells you one-on-one, out of cameras.
Yeah.
That guy really means well for this country.
Right.
And a part of me died inside when that guy lost election. I really felt for him.
What was in the tweet that you did?
No, because, people associate me with at that time people associated me for hating Ruto. That's why I tell you, hate is a strong word to use. So people thought because I criticized government, so I hate the person. And so they started mocking me. The way people mock you, now yet you're not even running.
Yes.
Can you imagine?
Yes. What had you tweeted that you deleted?
No, those series of... So there's a friend of mine who I asked, I was in a bad shape, man, I tell you.
Right.
It was really bad. I don't want to say I was depressed, but it was really bad. Yeah, so that's the point. Because me, I believe that had we given him the chance, Mark, I'm telling you, man, this country would... We will be on an upward trajectory like this.
Yes.
You see the way those space shuttles, wanafanyanga take off, saizi boss, I believe tungekuwa mbali.
Ulikuwa uko in a position?
No.
Unajua watu sema hivyo.
But then Mark, let me tell you, I've only met Raila Odinga personally like this, ile ya kupiga story naye, tungekuwa naye mara ngapi? Mara 3 in my entire life.
Yes.
Mara 3. Other times ni ile ya kama anaweza kukutana na wewe hapo kwa coffee shop bana.
Yes.
Unasema alafu wanaenda.
Yes.
But no, Raila promised me nothing. Because I was not even in that space where I could even sit down with him to ask him for a job.
Yes.
Me, Mark, when I meet you, I don't ask you for a job. Even with Mary, when I first met Mary, don't forget, I started talking to her about my studies.
It was your journey.
Yes.
Cool. Yeah.
So I don't believe when you meet me for the first time, you should ask me for a job. No, that's being selfish, Ban.
Actually,
by the way, I consider Raila as this guy. I could tap into wealth of wisdom so much that I don't even need a job, because he's already empowered me with the knowledge that he has already on how best the country can run.
Okay.
Right? Yeah. So he did. Boss, Raila never promised. In fact, I was not even in that space. It was not even close.
Based on what you've just said, I want to pick up on something.
Yeah.
Gabriel Oguda, of course, has a thesis. It's online for people to see. He reads a lot. And that's something you tell people.
Boss, man, I have a library in my house.
Are you going to, based on the wisdom that you have gotten from Raila and others, can we expect a book?
Yeah. So, I've been asked this question a lot of times. I actually think I have a lot of things to share with people.
Yes.
I'm honest with you. Especially my journey, because me, I grew up and I told myself, mimi sina pressure, but I want my life to be better. Si kwangati I want to be a doctor, hapana. Me, I just hated poverty, so I didn't want to be poor. And not being poor means I just want to live a comfortable life where I don't need to beg people for money.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And so, writing a book would mean that I leave because writing a book is a full-time job. It means I leave I think these pressing national issues are urgent.
Yes.
Yeah, but no, who knows? Maybe one day I could collaborate with somebody, we can write a book together.
Right.
Yeah, but I will do it, but I don't think it's now.
Okay, just a few more comments and then we close it out. Chief Guavajus Konosua in the house. The fear is gone. And you say, ask about Medusa. We did. Fear is gone everywhere. Oguda, what a man. Inspiration, man. The clouds are gathering. We will be there no matter what. Medusa, Raila Amolo Odinga. Fatalist is a word. Our country is great and we must see that it is great. Be impactful to humanity, 100%. Joanna Omolo, I don't suffer from love deficit. This is powerful. When you said you were always celebrating.
Boss man. People, me, people know. Like, I'm not a politician. Ask anyone who are going to Miwani. Mark, every closing day, the school will say my name.
Yes.
For 8 years, 3 times per year for 8 years. Number 1 in class.
Right.
I've been loved since I was born. Yeah. Like I've had warmth around me since I was born. Like I used to mentor children bana. Nataka kusome kama huyu. Na mimi bado ni mdogo bana. Like have you been in that position? So I don't seek attention.
Right.
I've got it all my life.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. The attention you've gotten based on the passion that you keep sharing on your platforms, you could have used it to show people your perambulations in different parts of the globe, the people that you meet, but you choose to use it for the greater good in terms of leadership and governance. And I'd like to applaud you for that. I'd like to thank you for your time. It's been 2 hours, over 2 hours. In fact, we've dedicated 1 hour to Gabriel Oguda, the man. That's part 1. And 1 hour to Gabriel Oguda, the opposition, the voice of the voiceless, online. And you've heard his message, and I'm sure now, based on this first interview that he has given, exclusive interview, and we appreciate you for that, Gabriel Oguda, I'm sure he's now open to discussions and to talk and to share much more. And if you're out there, you want to collaborate, write a book, he's open as well.
Wanipatie pesa bana in advance. I need a book deal. You know, Honor.
Yes.
Dreams for my father, Barack Obama.
Yes.
Bana, I love reading. So Barack Obama says, that's the first book he wrote, Dreams for My Father. Story about his journey, his life. Michelle Obama says in her book, the book is called, what's Michelle Obama's book called? Becoming.
Becoming, yeah.
She says, Obama alipewa pesa ya book deal, I think akakula. Ama alitumia kufanya kitu ingine, and he kept going, anaandika anaacha. So one day, Michelle told him, boss, the way we are struggling, because you can't believe it, but Barack and Michelle really struggled. You guys need to read their story. It's very inspirational. The way you are struggling here, but then Michelle believed in Barack. Michelle used to tell Barack, Bana, I've never seen a brilliant man like you in my life. Naende nakatiwa bwana. Can you imagine? Now, of honor, Michelle was working in a law firm.
Yes.
Barack akakuja kama intern. So, because law firm, ikuna watu across a lot of cultures, Michelle anaambiwa, we have a new employee here, why don't you take him around the farm, kumintroduce? Michelle akasema, huyu kijana, unamwona hivi? Hii ni sure bet bana, mimi nimepata mtu bana. Siachili. I'm telling you. And so, wrote dreams for my father.
Yes.
I think akakula pesa ikaisha. Then, Michelle told him, no, look for money, urudishie hao jamaa, usign book deal ingine. And this time, I want to live alone. Weenda kwa tree house somewhere in the bush. Urudi tu kwa nyumba yangu kishamaliza hiyo kuandika hiyo kitabu. Kwa sababu wewe ni brilliant, lakini naona uko na distractions mingi. Inaona? Michelle is the person who grounded Barack to be focused like this.
Right.
So even me, nilete book deal bana. Ni sign, munipatie pesa, niache kupiga kelele Twitter bana, niandikie kitabu.
Uweke yoyote kwa kitabu.
Kwa hiyo niweke yoyote kwa kitabu hata kama ni 1000 pages.
Right.
Alafu I'll drop the book then I come back to life.
Kabisa. Asante sana. I'd like you to say good night to your people. In the words of Bwana, guava juice, Medusa, the way you address them on
I want to thank everyone who's been supportive to Mark Masai since when he was in the media. Because I was my role model from all along.
Oh, thank you.
And I'm honest with you, we need to amplify the voices who do well for humanity, because this country has a deficit of people who are well-meaning. So thank you so much for trusting in Mark Masai, and thank you so much, Mark, for giving me this chance to speak to people. Because I don't believe I have fans. There's nothing like fans. Just do what you do. People will see what you do. If they want to appreciate it, hiyo ni shida yao. But do the things you believe in.
Right.
So for those of you who've walked the journey with me, because I wouldn't be here without them.
Right.
They're the reason we draw the energy, both of us, right?
True.
So that's the reason why we keep going. So I want to thank them so much. Also, I want to thank everyone in this country who is doing the best they can to make it a better place for people who call Kenya home. This country is for all of us. Let's make it better. Right. It's not for our sake, for the sake of people that we are going to leave behind. Thank you so much and have a good night.
Just advise as I put it out as we say good night. All those phrases that you use and that are associated with you, you should put something out. Like Medusa, guava juice, Bwana. Those are yours. That is like...
the fear is gone.
You know it. Yes, the fear is gone. The clouds have gathered. And as he has said, for this country, come what may, no matter what, for a better country, we shall be there.
And we will be there no matter what.
Asante sana for watching the Social Newsroom and to the team behind the scenes. And for 2 hours, my goodness, that's what happens with when you're having a good conversation. Bwana, may God add you.
Thank you so much, Mark.
And more prosperity. Uendelee kubarikiwa.